Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guess who's back? We are back, One Mic Media. This is my first show in almost 3 months, and I waited until now to come back for this specific reason to review Superman with my favorite people, my favorite crew. I want to take a little time off, a little hiatus, think about what I want to do for this channel. I want to start bringing you guys more reviews regularly, keep up talking about the football, add some wrestling into it, and more movie and TV reviews. So again, I am back now and not going anywhere, but I do want to bring in my usual team to talk about the newest 2025 James Gunn's Superman. And I cannot do this without them. First and foremost, bringing my homegirl, all the facts and opinions, my girl Chloe Diz. What's good, Chloe?
What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, so much to talk about. It's about to go down.
My brother from another mother, my childhood homie, Mr. E Money. He'll get there soon. And then last but not least, one of the best creators I know himself, the man with all the smarts and intelligent opinions, Mr. Josh Waring. What's good, Josh?
Shabbat, yes, sir.
Hey, yo, Mike, that kind of sounded like a epic backstory of the supervillain. I like that.
There we go. Well. Superman is finally here. The DCU is started now, bringing back the DC movies. James Gunn has been hired as the head of DC, and he decided to direct the first film himself and write it to make this the tipping point for his universe, the linchpin Superman. And we're going to start with talking about the movie, giving our opinions. But before we do that, just an overall expectation of your thoughts of the movie. How do you like, or your history of the character, and your overall thoughts of it before we get into deep down? Why don't you start, Josh, since you're off mute already?
So for me, as a Batman aficionado, you know, Superman is kind of like, I think, in like an ultimate power off between DC and Marvel. Of course, he's one of your heavy hitters, but in terms of entertainment value, it can get difficult to write Superman because he's so OP, he's so overpowered with all his abilities, and it's so many MacGuffins in his powers, because it's like, why you didn't use that 10 minutes ago sometimes?
Right.
But at the same time, I know how the game works. I have to suspend my disbelief, and I had to do that a few times in this one, and we'll get into that.
I agree.
But Superman is like the quintessential. You have to suspend your beliefs, because even Clark is out of place in how they treat him, because ain't nobody who's like Tony height treating someone like Clark like that at the Daily Planet. You ain't doing that, bro. And shout out to Tony Stark Jr.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, good thought. Hey, I just want to give you your expectations of the movie, your history, of course, with the character, other movies that you saw, and just your overview of this movie before we get into the details.
All right. So first of all, Christopher Reeves made me actually like Superman a lot.
Yeah.
So that's who I grew up on as Superman. So that's my number one go-to person. Yeah, the OG. To just to see Superman. Like, if I want the perfect Superman, I look at Christopher Reeves, and I kind of wanted a new mix. And not to be no bullshit, I actually like that the difference in between how Superman was done this time. It was a lot more cleaner than that superior God, that superior God form that Henry Cavill gave off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Superman does not fly over people and just try to look superior over them. And
with the sun behind him like he's Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that. All right, Chloe, you heard the question. Your thoughts?
I love Superman. And it's so funny because, like, I haven't seen, like, my favorite characters low key before, like, any of all the stuff that, I got into Marvel really when I started dating Josh. But in DC, he had to really sit me down and be like, Chloe, the difference between DC and Marvel. And, like, we had a whole discussion. Like, I'm going to be transparent with
Good
y'all.
job, Josh.
And how I remembered was because I used to go to Six Flags like all the time. Like that was my place. So he was like, "Oh, if the character is at Six Flags, then that's DC."
DC.
I'm like,
yep.
"Oh, that makes sense." So yeah, that's how I remember. But that's Superman and Spider-Man are my favorites. And it was so funny. And we'll talk about what I feel about this movie. But like Superman, I low-key forgot how much I really like Superman. Like he's one of those characters that I grew up with. And I just love, just like I like Peter Parker. It's like you can't, how could you not like Superman? And I felt so much relatability with this character during this movie that I couldn't even, I was just like, damn, that's me. But it's the man, obviously. But like, I'm like, yo, he's going through so many things I'm going through right now. Like, he lit. So I think watching this kind of revived my love for him and like reminded me how much I really do love the character and the story arc of Superman. He lit.
Nice. Lit. So I like E. I was an OG Superman fan growing up. I love the Christopher Reeves, Richard Donner version of Superman, even Superman 2 and all that stuff. And if I'm actually gonna do a rewatch of those soon because I want to watch those back as like a 40-year-old man now and see how my opinions are as versus when I was a small child because they do some things differently in those movies. I feel like I didn't notice back then, but they work really well. Like so I want to get into it, but the Superman animated series that came out on the Batman animated series. That was a great series.
Yeah, that was a great series.
Yeah, with I think that was the first time they had a Black Luthor in that.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Yeah, but that was good. Then they put them together for an animated movie, I think, and that was pretty dope. And I like that. I didn't watch the one that came out in 2004, and I haven't really seen. I mean, I've seen Batman vs Superman and Justice League, but I've barely seen Man of Steel. I see a little bit of stuff like that. So I'm gonna go back and watch that too, actually. So that's on my list as well. But at that time in my life, I was in like a bad relationship. I wasn't really going to movies like that. 2013. So that was whatever. So I've probably seen Man of Steel. But I did see Henry Cavill in BVS, of course, and Justice League. So I felt he was cool, but it felt like to me he had no personality. He was very one tone.
Right.
Henry Cavill, watching him. But I guess that was that whole universe in a little bit, but definitely, Henry Cavill. So for their Superman, we'll get into it. But I saw it. I saw the early screening last Tuesday. I saw it again on Sunday. And I liked it better each time. I might want to see it Thursday. I might not, but I don't know. But I liked it better each time. I'm not gonna lie to you. So and I saw more things James Gunn was doing. And for like that close end about Marvel, I was a big Marvel fan. So I still am, obviously. But I felt like, and we're gonna get into it too, this was one of the, and I think E also alluded to it, this was probably one of the truest comic book films of like bringing the comics to life that I've seen in like a very long time. As much as I like Marvel, like I look at Thunderbolts, it's okay, but it's like this big exploration of like mental health. And it's like decent movie, but it doesn't leave you like feeling good after the movie. It's like it's just a lot happening there. This I felt good throughout. I was in a good place. So those are my thoughts. But let's get into I guess character by character. And Josh, you got to start with David Corenswet playing Superman himself. How did you feel how James Gunn executed his Superman in this movie?
Yo, I thought he stuck the landing. And I do have to say, on Tony's show, on the Sinners Review show, Big Mike was on as well. I did say I was concerned because I thought they needed a bigger star, but I was glad I was proved wrong, which is cool because you always have the opportunity to have a different take on the character because you have their origin story. So you were able to have an unknown, essentially unknown on like let's say on the mainstream scale, an unknown actor who's doing such a mega role in America's cinema history. So I thought that was interesting. And from where he started it from, because again, as I said, Superman's always OP. So the only thing that made sense, and James Gunn is a fantastic director, love his storytelling, and of course his humor, of course. He had to show Superman vulnerable. That's the only way it's going to make sense. That's the only way you can ground this character who's literally an alien right? Who comes in probably the most stereotypically grounded area of America in Kansas. So you had to actually be grounded for him as a superhero and a person. So I thought that James Gunn was able to do that. I thought the actor's performance conveyed the confusion, of course, that every superhero has, especially if they have a significant other. Is there so many different worries on your mind? So you got to worry about your parents, you got to worry about Metropolis, you got to worry about your chick, right? So it was interesting to see that dynamic from a James Gunn perspective, and I thought that after Christopher Nolan, no one could really bring it down to earth in a superhero sense. But I think James Gunn has probably gotten as close as you can get for a character that powerful and that overpowered.
E?
And my bad, E. One last thing. I had to give James credit because now how often do you actually see a studio head directing a film?
Right.
So that really set the tone on how serious they were of being serious and being taken seriously. So I respected that, and I see how he wanted to have his tipping a hat to Marvel per se, MCU, because all his great memories there, because he took a character who was popular but not that much liked and made him likable, similar to Iron Man. So I thought that was interesting to start his DC from that vantage point. My bad, E-Money. Go ahead.
No, you did.
Yeah, to your point before you go, you're right, Josh. And he used a lot of his same cinematographers and producers from the MCU, from the Guardians movies. Just brought them on over, and of course, several actors, which we get into. So he's keeping it in the family. That's one thing I like about James. He does keep it in the family, all the time. Once you kind of work with James or for James, you're good. Like, keep putting you on.
Christopher Nolan, hey.
Yeah.
The birds of the feather,
Very, very similar over and over again. So, E, but your thoughts on David Corenswet as Superman?
So, all right. I like when somebody that makes these movies knows the material. That's one of my main things that I say is the reason why certain people are failing right now and certain people are winning, because James Gunn knows the damn material, man. And it's not like what I feel like he's doing after watching this film. I feel like this Superman is a Superman we grow with. So not only is he goofy and he's like, like real nerdy and real innocent, you know what I'm saying? He's like this because at this point right now, think about it. At this point right now, this is what I'm really, really intrigued about. At this point right now, he hasn't went up against anything crazy yet. You know what I'm saying? Dark. Not like he hasn't. They haven't went up against shit where they lost heroes and stuff like that yet. Mm-hmm. So I feel like James Gunn is going to show us Superman from innocence to to goofy to as we go. Watch him change into the Superman that can almost get zero tolerance at times. Like I'm telling you, this man knows what he's doing. This Superman, this is not going to be the whole scheme for Superman. He's not going to just be quirky and goofy all the time. I really feel, and I don't mean like goofy like in a silly way. I mean like it's done well. It's done right. It literally is. I never seen not Christopher Reeve didn't even do Superman like this. His Superman stayed the same through all his films. His Superman never changed. He only got quirky and goofy when he turned to Clark.
Yeah.
This is more.
Well, I will say this: like we only get actually one scene with Clark, and that's at the Daily Bugle in this movie. And I think Christopher Reeves. The good thing about him was like you saw a lot of Clark and a lot of Superman.
Yeah.
And you really thought it was two different people. Like he played it so well.
Yeah, he played it. Yeah, he played it like he's two different people.
So I do want to see more of Clark eventually. In James
right, but
universe.
See the way Gunn did Clark, I didn't mind it because it makes sense. Like first of all, we kind of don't know us as the audience don't know what Clark really looked like compared to the other, to the other people. We just see Superman, but the way he did the hypno glasses, bro, that shit is pure genius.
Well, that's smart, and that's
shit
good
was so smart
because that was a gripe for like 50 years.
Right,
like
how the glasses just make
right,
you like
right.
Yo, when he said that the glasses make you perceive and look at him
Yeah.
and he looks like a different person. Yo,
Yeah.
like that shit. I was like, yeah, he nailed that. He nailed that. Oh man, I loved it. I loved it.
Chloe, how you felt about this take on Superman and how this actor played it, Superman?
So it's so funny. I'm gonna say I remember when y'all were talking, you and Tony was talking about, do people go to the movies to see, the person who made the movie, the director, blah blah blah.
And I want to go see James Gunn.
That was look. Go ahead, Chloe.
My point is, I want to see James Gunn now. Like, it was so funny because I'm like, yo, I'm a James Gunn fan because I loved every single part. I literally could not find one thing I did not like about this movie. Not one. And I'm such a critical person when it comes to stuff. I'd be like, that was dumb. But so I say that as like the bottom, right? And then to build on that, I would say that this Superman was dope because, and it was funny because my mom was like, oh, doesn't he kind of looks like Henry Cavill.
My mom said that.
And I was like, no, because Henry Cavill is more handsome. This guy is also handsome, but he's not. It's just different. Like, and I think E-Money, you hit it on the head. What I meant by that is like the way that Superman was being played. Like the other Henry Cavill Superman was more like patriotic.
Right.
I work for corporate America during the day, and I beat up people at night. And this dude, he's a millennial. Like, he go to work, it's people at his job that he got to navigate. He dating somebody at work. She's like a low-key feminist. Like, he is a millennial man. It's just, I think that's why it speaks to me so much. And I like the fact how you were saying, E-Money, that we're seeing like the human side of him. So I really, really, really enjoyed the fact, like, I don't really care who playing what in movies, because sometimes I have these expectations so high when they're like, oh, this person gonna be in a movie, unless it's somebody like Will Ferrell. Like, I'm gonna watch a Will Ferrell movie. I don't care what he's on. Right. Certain characters like that, but sometimes when it's like, oh, it's a Denzel movie, I gotta watch it. Or sometimes I'll be mad at him, like, that sucked to me because I was expecting something different. So I like the fact that it was a guy that I didn't really know.
Yeah, I don't know him like that. I don't know him at all.
But it worked. And I feel like Henry Cavill, I wanted to see Superman because he was in it. Because I was like, oh, like, he's representing, because like how you were saying, like, my schema of Superman is this like God. He's like the Thor of the DC.
Right.
It's, hair blowing in the wind. And it was so funny because I remember there was like this thing where, or some, like, like a saying, like, oh, Superman be beating up people and his little curls stay there. It just stays. No matter what, he don't break a sweat, his little curls stay at the top. And this dude, when he was getting beat down, his curls did not stay.
That shit ain't stay. Right.
Like, dang, like, he get his butt whooped, but we'll talk more about that. But I really love the story arc, the character development. He was mad real. He seemed like he's our age, and the way he was talking and thinking, I was like, yo, that is very relatable. He didn't seem like some older dude, some younger dude who's does like, like Peter Parker younger. He doesn't. Right. He's not as mature. This dude, he is mature. He just naive because he come from the South. You feel me? And his parents naive. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
They raised him naive.
They raised him to be
good. Right.
A country boy. And he's a country boy that moved to the big city. And how many people do we know that move from down south? They think they're gonna go to the big city. And
dreams.
But they eventually get their dreams, but they get robbed a couple times, they get pickpocketed, they get Then they like, dang, like, oh, all right, I'm in New York, I gotta, So I agree with you, E-Money, how like I feel like we're gonna see development of his character from this innocence to, because think about it, like right now in the DC Batman right now, he was pretty dark and gloomy.
Right.
I said that to E. I said I don't. Yeah.
So I'm like, they have to marry the two eventually. Even the Joker, like, I didn't see the new Joker musical, but like the last Joker I saw, and they have to it was dark. So I didn't even think about that, but it's going to be very interesting. And I think it's going to be because it's James Gunn. He did like the Guardians of the Galaxy, which started off goofy and funny, and then it eventually got dark.
It got darker, right?
It got darker, and it was like, damn, I didn't mean to come in here and cry, like.
Like
this. Yeah, it's lit. It's supposed to be lit. Like I'm excited for the future. I'm not gonna lie.
Like not gonna lie, that's how I am right now. Like I'm not even gonna lie. The first thing I pictured was all I could think to myself was imagine what Batman is gonna be like around these motherfuckers here. He got to deal with. You get what I'm saying?
It's gonna be funny because Batman mad goth right now.
Mad goth.
I don't think they're gonna use this Batman. I don't think they can.
They're not using Robert Pattinson.
No, Robert Pattinson, he doing too much. But the character of Batman is very goth.
Right. That's what's gonna make it fire.
It's gonna be funny as hell because Superman gonna be like, he gonna be like, I'm into punk rock. Like I can see them and he's like, you're not real goth. Like
I think what Batman is, he's very, very serious all the fucking time.
Like the dude, what's his name with the haircut again? The Green Lantern,
Guy Gardner.
Guy Gardner. You see how he do shit and he be talking and interrupting and just saying shit. Like can you imagine Batman looking at him like, bro, you don't shut the
But that's how if you ever watched the Justice League cartoons, that's how it is. They always come in a guy.
And Batman's the most serious one out of all of them, looking at motherfuckers like they little kids or they retarded. Like
it might be like the Lego Batman, because Lego Batman low key funny as hell. Like Lego Batman is serious, but he be saying mad sarcastic stuff. So
I'll be checking social media # super shit. That probably was funny too.
Yo, that was funny.
Yo, you know how I feel about that super shit. Like yo, just off of that, like that's how I would have reacted, even if I was Superman. Like, yo, motherfucker calling me super shit. Yeah, that shit.
#
Shit.
Yeah.
All that
and I said before the show started, I thought that James Gunn did a good job of balancing his humor in this movie more than he did in
normally
the
more
first Guardians movies.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And I think that like y'all said, he will get more serious. He even said that in his DC, unlike Marvel, he said, "Well, somebody die in my universe."
Yeah, Game of Thrones. He said he's Game of Thrones and shit.
Yeah,
he literally said his universe is going to be based off of how Game of Thrones ran.
He said, "Ain't gonna be no multiverses. Ain't gonna be no."
Like I said, when a hero loses another hero, we're gonna really get to see that.
Right.
The Superman, don't he die eventually? Didn't he die already? Like in the last,
he can always come back. Like that.
He's the alien.
The son and the alien. Yeah, like he got kind of like a pass, like a good pass to
people started calling Marvel the fake death universe because everybody was dying.
Because everybody dies and comes back and like I get it, Marvel, but DC gonna beat you to it because of James Gunn. James Gunn is gonna be killing motherfuckers, and they're not coming back.
Right, they're not coming back.
They're not coming back, yo.
Well, he killed the Indian dude. You know what I mean? So that makes sense.
Right, like that was right. That was raw. That was like that's what I like about that shit. That was raw. You know
hold on, you're going ahead.
We'll get to it. But that makes sense how you said he gonna be Game of Thrones people. Like
I did like Corn Sweatson real quick. I liked him. I like having an unknown because you can build with the unknown. He can be
right.
I saw him in Twisters last year. He's in Twisters, and I was
he was the asshole in Twisters. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
When I watched it, I was like, yo, I
did not like him either in Twister. Like
I didn't like him, but I could see him in Superman. He was tall as hell. He had that. It was a quality about him. I actually saw it when I saw Twisters last year. I was like, now that you just made
me think of the movies. He played two completely different characters and nailed them. Like in Twisters, I didn't like him as a person.
Right, he's a good actor.
Like like real shit in Twisters, I ain't like him as a person. I thought he was a slime ball. But as Superman, it's crazy, yo. That's the same actor. Oh shit. That's crazy.
That means he's a good actor. Cause
he's good.
Hate him in one movie and like him in another. See, I didn't see.
This is a good movie. Y'all should watch it one day. It's good.
Man, all these hurricanes we having and Twisters, I'm good. I'm like take real life. I'm good. We can look out the window. Right now, it looks like a Twister coming.
I want to start with you this time because I want to go into the female character.
Okay.
Brosnahan is Lois. How did you feel about Lois in this movie?
See, okay, she was not the most standout. Okay, so Lois Lane, I always liked her because she was just like sexy and smart, and something was appealing to her. For me, she was like the sexy nerd, like when I was into Superman. And here, she was not a sexy nerd. She was mean. She was a little biatch. She was very masculine. She was very like
feminine. Like, is it femme? What's the word you would use that for? A strong?
No, she's a feminist. No, she was. Okay. She's not a strong woman. She's a feminist.
Okay.
And it's like how can I put it? There's like Michelle Obama, and then there's like
there's
I
like
don't know.
there's some Ellen. No,
no.
We need somebody. I need somebody mean.
Somebody else, like mean, like
Yeah.
oh man, like she.
Maybe
I don't know who.
I'm talking about
Brie Larson.
I about to say Grace Randolph.
Yeah, Grace is definitely a feminist.
Grace would be Lois Lane for me.
And she loves Lois too. If you watch her reviews,
That is funny.
You don't know
Like
Grace. Yeah.
I don't. She didn't fit my stereotype. Like she doesn't. She did not strike me as the person who Lois Lane was that I knew in the past. Like Lois Lane was more like, and it's funny because they had a character in there that looked like the Lois Lane that I remember, the one with the boobs out and stuff, and she was like the bimbo. But it's like I wanted her to be the smart one, and then the other one to be the. It just was weird. It was weird. I didn't like it. I did not like her. I'm like,
I like
no,
her
I'm like,
pushiness.
I did not like her.
Because Clark ain't.
So you didn't like Lois? Well,
I didn't really. I didn't. I learned to like her.
Just take on Lois.
I learned to like. She grew on me, but I didn't like her. Like I was just like, oh, here we go again. Like she was like emasculating him. She was just doing the most. You know what it was? She was in competition instead of being like supportive of him. Like you know your man.
That does happen a lot. Like
does happen.
They both work for the same company, so they both got to try to get their stories on the front page.
But she's banging Superman. Duh.
Right, she was jealous of Clark.
She was jealous.
He
banging Superman, but she's jealous of Clark.
He didn't realize he was sending shots though, and that's what I think his problem was with her. Is he sent shots like when he said, "Oh, it's good journalism, Lois." Like that was a shot, and for her, it's like, nigga, you're interviewing yourself. How the fuck you gonna send a shot like that to me, nigga, and you interviewing your damn self? She
did ground him, but I feel like she didn't use her things to her advantage. Like, yo, that's your
thing too.
That's your man. Like,
to me, it's like so Lois. This is her thing. Like since she was little, like being a journalist. Like she, you know what I mean. It's which one, Superman or Clark? It's like a front just to be Superman. You know what I mean? For him, for her, it's like this is what I do. For him, it's like something I'm doing just to get by.
I don't believe that. I never believed that. Like he had to get that job. It was not a front for him. He went to journalism school too. He had to do what he had to do to get that job. Nobody knows he's Superman.
I don't think you care about the story as much as she did.
Let me say this. I remember Superman running to work every day with his shirt all messed up and papers flying out his suitcase, trying to hustle to work. So to say that she grew up wanting to be a journalist and he didn't is crazy to me. Like they both work at the same place. And he just started interviewing. But what
I feel she was getting insulted by, like I said, him throwing shit in her face like that. Like this is your storefront. You get what I'm saying? You're really laundering money through this shit. This is your storefront. Motherfucker, I'm next door with the same type of store, but I need this. I need this to live.
She was hating on her husband. She was hating on her man.
She was.
She could have just been like, baby, it hurts my feelings when you say that. Like, you know, it really hurts my feelings when you say things like that. And then he's so sweet.
Superman right now.
He's
you and
so
Josh
sweet.
Do the same thing. Y'all are talking and having a little debate, and Josh hit you where it hurt at. Where like, you know, like, it's good journalism. I'm
gonna start crying. I'm be like, why would you say that?
But imagine y'all working at the same job, both competing for the same front page.
Why are we competing?
Because there's only one front page.
Bruh, why am I competing with him when I could just ask him to give me a story? That makes no sense. You're competing with the person who has the key to your success. Hey, baby, why don't I just interview you? Because, you know, they're going to find out eventually that you're getting these things.
Oh, so
and he could have said,
you're saying that she played it wrong. She was more combative.
She played it. She was very like, oh, this is why it ain't going to work. Like, who the hell are you to tell Superman? You know he's Superman. And you going to tell him this ain't going to work? Like, are you nuts? Are you crazy? Are you nuts?
But look how she was getting at it. Remember, people were going to die.
What? How he said that?
When he said that, he was like, he couldn't believe she was asking those questions. But it's like, people were he feels like people were going to die. I'm not waiting and sitting up here going through protocol and pushing papers.
That's the politics. People's gonna die. Right. And he should have looked at her like, you're okay with people dying? He should have flipped the script on her, but she was just doing the most.
Yeah. Because they didn't show it, but in this movie, but that's probably how she found out. Because in most of the cartoons and comics, that's how she finds out, because she started following Clark. He always gets the story. She's not. She's jealous. Right. So she started hating on me. Basically.
Hating on your man. That's crazy. That's dirty work. That's wild. You the op. Like, that's his op. And then he gonna say, I love you. Like, why? Houseway. That was the only part that was something I was just like,
Let me get Josh. Josh, how you felt about Lois and that? I mean, I guess that part and throughout the movie. How you feel about that?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Yo, his moments with Lois, he was super simp. Yo, I was very disappointed, because the whole time I'm like, I don't even understand why he likes you based upon how you look and how you acting. You're literally giving him zero reason to like you. And even though Clark is wearing those hypnotic glasses, chicks who look better than her are still flirting with him at work. So that's why I'm like, what's going on here? So that's one of my biggest gripes with this film, is that I couldn't suspend my disbelief for that. Not. But
remember how he's raised, though. I always looked at how he's raised is the reason why he's not jumping fence and doing shit.
You know what?
Some people would do.
I would agree with you normally, but in this case, if that was the case, then he shouldn't be fornicating with a city girl, should he? His parents taught him better
also,
than that.
She don't know how he's raised. Remember, he hit on that from her.
Yeah, he hit that from her. Right.
Or whatever like that.
She didn't see that.
Yeah, I agree with. Again, second, it wasn't even just the interview part. Like, even when she came into her house and he was making like breakfast for dinner, and he was like, "You like that?" She was like, "No, you like that." Like, she had an attitude like for a minute and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I'm telling you that shit hurt when he said it's good journalism, Louis. That's what really hurt.
You know what? Another great point, E. And that's the other reason. This whole situation reminded me of the NBA and the WNBA. We saw why Lois was not the better reporter. She was asking the wrong questions, phrasing them the wrong way. You have a character that people like, and you're trying to put the nail in the coffin. You're being the traditional media. That's why that industry is dying 25% per year. Because you're you're creating a scapegoat. You're creating someone that the public can hate. That's the same thing that Lex Luthor was doing. So why are you doing what my ops is doing? Oh no. Hell no.
She can't speak from his perspective, because she's saying, why didn't you call the president first before you went this, that, and third? Or why didn't you ask somebody? But she don't have the power to know what she would do in that situation. She's saying, well, I would have got permission first. You don't know what you would have did.
That's facts. And Mike, you could go down the rabbit hole of accountability there. Then it's like, oh, you're using being Superman to get in the office with the president. Then you're gonna have a story about that. And then you just go down the rabbit hole.
But then she also said, and I don't know if y'all caught this, but she was like, well, I don't know. So she was already doubting him. She had the reason why she wanted to do that interview, and I'm gonna tell y'all from a woman's perspective.
Okay.
She was looking at Superman, and because she was a journalist and she's thinking of all these things, she was having an internal conflict about, can a super being, or what did they call them? Mutants, whatever the hell they call them.
Metahumans.
In her heart of heart, she felt guilty, or she was questioning if Superman was right. Right? She loved Clark Kent, but she didn't know Superman's motives. So when she was having that interview, that's why it went like that combatively, because she was trying to really get an answer from Superman as to why he was doing all this stuff. Like, oh, you just gonna roll up to the government? You don't have no control, like nobody can control you. So she was kind of battling that, because she didn't know at that point that, if he was doing things for ego, or, what if it got out of hand? Who's going to control?
Well, how would you act? Right. How would you really be?
And she's also like, it was not though, if you're his girlfriend, bro. Like, she's not, that's kind of like you dating, I don't know, say she's dating the president and she's questioning him, like, what his motives are. Like, oh, are you going to press the red button when it's time? And he's like, no, you know me. And she's like, well, blah, blah, blah. Like, you have all this power and you already went over there and did this. And you already went over there and do that. Why wouldn't you press the button? Why didn't you wait? Blah, blah, blah. And he like, yo, that's why he was getting pissed. Like, B, you know me. Like, first of all, this is a fake ass interview. You know this is a fake interview. Why are you trying to ask me all these questions?
But I like it, though. I liked it. You know why?
And she used information he told.
And she was throwing information in his face. You right, Mike. She was throwing stuff in his face that day was bad talk.
Right, exactly.
Right, how he would deal with it. I thought that was smart.
It's not smart because a regular interview wouldn't even know that shit.
Let's say he got interviewed by somebody else and it wasn't his girl. And they asked all the wrong questions.
So yes, you're right. So she should have framed it. Hey, I'm going to give you an interview, but this is practice because you don't know what people are going to ask you. So this will be good practice for you. She didn't say none of that. She was excited like, oh, you going to give me an interview? Okay. And then she goes off the damn deep end. And he like, yo, first of all, I only agreed to this because I was fake interviewing myself and I love you. So I'm trying to get you the bag here. Like, ask me simple questions. And she was mean. She was throwing, that's like a type of friend that you'll tell him, yo, like, I'm low right now. Can I borrow $5? I'll pay you back tomorrow. Not 5. I would never say that. Maybe like, I don't know, drive me to the store. My car broke. And they be like, you broke ass can't even drive yourself to the store. That's what she did. Okay. That's the type of
that is what she did. That is what she did.
And that wasn't right.
Using that pillow talk was kind of low brow to me. Like, yo, nobody else knows this shit besides you because you're my girlfriend.
Right.
But
I like that he let her know that too. Like, come on. You're also digging deep where you're the only one that knows certain stuff. So when you're asking this stuff, this is how it is. But I felt like I said, I felt like it was explaining his character without having to.
Well, I want to say this because, and this is like, because we're thrown into the world where he's already Superman, they're already dating, for months, stuff like that. We don't see their courtship or love grow. And the first thing we get is this. So I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I never felt their huge, like, love in this story. And probably because we didn't see that. And then we get this.
No, because she was
I
mean.
did because she was the only one looking for him. When shit got rough and motherfuckers had to go help get him.
But she also reporters. That didn't tell me that she, you know what I mean?
Nah, but not the way she went about it. She got mad at the motherfuckers when they was acting like they wasn't going to help.
I didn't feel it. And I might have felt it more if I saw the before. But because I didn't see that, I saw this only. It was like, I don't, now it might grow later on, obviously. But for this movie, I'm saying I didn't feel as much as the love that I feel like when I see him, like, in other movies, and one gotta do it again sometimes, but chasing her as Clark and her falling for him. So then when later on comes up, I feel it even more. So I didn't see it this time. I didn't see it as much.
I agree, because she was mean. She was a mean woman. Like, nobody was rooting for her. I was more rooting for the lady with the messed up toes, apparently.
With the feet, with the shrimp feet.
With the feet. Yeah. Because she was like, I felt bad for her. Like, and I didn't feel bad for Lois. I did not feel bad for Lois. Like, I was just like, girl, you wilding. Like, you about to you fumbling a bag right now, and you doing it in a major messed up way. This
she
man
she even said I was gonna break up with him like that same day that he got.
So you gonna go look for him and then say, well, I was actually considering breaking up with him. Like, nobody. And he like, I like the black man. We gotta talk about him. He's funny.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
He's funny as hell.
But let me get into the fact of that with Josh real quick. How do you feel that the movie starts as a lived-in world with superheroes? So there's no shock of the people, and we already, have these metahumans around for many, many years as just regular everyday occurrence for people at this point.
I think it was a masterstroke from James Gunn because that's the world we are living in. I mean, 2-3 decades later, I think people are very used to superheroes, whether it's like comedy superheroes or gritty superheroes or whatever. I think we're all familiar with the concept. So it would make more sense for their world of Metropolis to be familiar with it the same way, keeping it DC, the same way Gotham is aware of the criminal world and they have their vigilantes. It's not just Batman, right? So right. I think it was smart to have it existing in the world so we can just get used to the world in this story, and just move on
Right.
from there. Because, like you said, Mike, look at what our last conversation was about their whole relationship. We need an origin story for that for it to make sense. So then we would need another one for that. The same way that the MCU is forever going to have to mention a blip, so that you're going to have to use it every time. So.
Yeah. I'll say my thoughts for last. E, I know you loved it. How you feel about them already being superheroes and villains and the world being regularly lived in already?
I love it. You know why? Because it showed right here James Gunn ain't scared to go in the toy box. And that's what I was talking about.
I knew he was going to say that word.
That's what I wanted, man. That's what I be saying. Get in the fucking toy box and pull these characters out. Stop playing. Like, and that's what he did. Like, and the way he did it was perfect, right? Because you're only showing us Metropolis. You know how many different cities and shit going on with different other heroes and that are around in DC.
Yeah.
So I feel like the next one's gonna be even crazier with other heroes. Like, hey man, you see that shit that happened in Metropolis and like all the fucking like I think this shit is about to get real good, man. I'm sorry, I'm really with this.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
So, Chloe, you as more of a comic novice, how did you feel about when you come into this story? Everybody's already everything. There's no origins at all, right? In the story.
I was okay with not knowing Superman's origin. Now that you say it, I probably wanted an origin story of him and Lois, because when she had already, like when they revealed that she already knew who he was, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't hate it, but I was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're starting here too in the middle. I thought we knew who Superman was, and then we were going to see their love like flourish.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more of Clark Kent.
Yes, I agree with that part too.
But it would have taken away from the movie. I think it would have made it too long. But I did want to see it. I like Clark Kent because, like, back in the day, he ain't going to. I wanted to see him go in the phone booth and switch, put on his costume. Like, I like seeing that. So
right. Well, the spinning doors, they should have did it when they showed that they had spinning doors down at the bottom of the Daily Planet.
That would have been fun.
That would have been a good one to execute. But
so I didn't need a whole him being a baby part of
I didn't need that. And that's what I'm saying.
I don't need that. But I do see like the lowest part. Some aspects could have used some more of a beginning. Like they could have had.
Or can we look at other Lois and Clark and just say, hey, this is what they've been doing?
But let me get to this. Let me get to my point. All right. So certain characters, not even just Lois, we'll get to other ones too. I feel like could have used a little bit more origin stuff. But they could have even had Clark. Could they say he's been Superman for 3 years? Matter of fact. Lois said they've been together 3 months. They could have started the story 3 months earlier, and it would have been fine. They started like when in the middle of a relationship or whatever like that, which is whatever. And I don't need that. To Chloe's point though, the Clark part, where the Clark part is dope, but as far as acting is concerned, it's those moments where there is a guy about to do something or a bully or whatever, and he's Clark, but he can't do nothing because they want to give his identity, and playing that dichotomy, I think is good in other movies where it's like, damn, I want to fuck this guy up, but I really can't right now. I don't want to find out on Superman, but it's Clark. So they didn't really have that in the movie, but I kind of like that at certain times.
I see Christopher Reeves do that all the time, and he normally it was always like a smart type of.
That's what I'm saying. It worked in that movie a lot and whatnot.
Like even when he jumped in front of the guy and got hit with the bullet, like Clark fell out, and they thought Clark should have been dead.
I didn't like it in Man of Steel. The parts I did see were like he let his dad die. That's stupid. I'm like, listen, y'all gonna find out today. I don't give a fuck.
that was bad.
Today is the day.
Right, today is the day. I'm sorry. Like
sticking the phone pole was all through the truck. Like that ain't something Clark would do either.
Yeah. But Daniel says this, and I agree for us 2025. However, I do want to say, because they say, we ain't going to see one of the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Superman, Batman origin stories, and we have seen them a lot. But 10-year-old kids have not, right? Or 8-year-old kids.
Yeah.
So as we get older and older, they're going to wonder, how did they start? So they're going to, at some point, show origin story again. because we don't see them, but little kids have never seen origin stories. So
you might do Flash. I mean, they kind of did the origin story just a little bit, right?
Yeah, right.
They did like, oh, these are his parents from another planet.
I mean, you can say it like in Batman. I guess it's v Superman, or justly he talks about his parents and how they got killed by Joe. What's his name? Josh. Joe Cool. What's the guy that killed Batman's parents or whatever? Forget his name. Anyway,
I remember the
Jack Napier.
That's his name. I thought it was like Joe Cool or something like that or whatever. So anyway, never mind. Anyway, and they talk about it and stuff like that. But I think maybe 10 or 15 years from now they might want to revisit. But anyway, for this movie though, I think it worked living in the world already. Joe, look, I knew I was right, Josh. Joe Chill. Yeah, I was close.
Joe Chill, okay.
Come on, Josh, you're a Batman fan. You ain't no Joe Chill for this.
I said Jack Napier. That's who Jack Nichols's role was.
Yeah, it's Jack. Yo, you think about Batman the movie? Okay, I'm talking about the comic.
Nah, he didn't have his costume underneath his work shirt. That would have been a little. I would have liked to see that just a little bit. I like that.
What they're trying to say, because his suit was bigger than fitting. He might have had his costume underneath it. Now I don't know. They didn't show it, but they're trying to say that it was ill-fitting suit that Clark had in the movie, that he might have had his costume underneath it, which is plausible. But he never had to like leave and be Superman right away. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I wanted to see. So maybe we'll get that in the next movie.
Yeah, it might have been like Captain Falcon had it in a suitcase, taking it with him.
Go down to the telephone booth.
but yeah, I thought that was a good aspect. I want to get into another character before we get into more of the plot. One of my favorite characters, and before not that one yet, but I want to get to one of the main characters. I want to get into Lex as Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. And Josh, I know you're singing Lex, Batman stuff, Superman stuff. How you feel about Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor?
Oh, I thought he was a fantastic Lex Luthor. I mean, incredibly believable. What influence he would have on the world to be able to do what he's doing, try to be essentially Superman's ops. Yeah. And I thought he captured that brilliantly. And I loved how they made him intelligent and ambitious, because in order to have a great, believable Lex Luthor, you have to be both incredibly intelligent and incredibly ambitious. Like if Tony Stark followed Jebediah Stane, like that type of. So I thought that was pretty cool to see that version of Lex, where it wasn't goofy, but like, oh, you gotta take this person serious. Like he ain't playing around. Kind of like in the cartoon, like that Lex Luthor in the cartoon. You take it serious. He ain't no joke.
Yeah. I thought it was cool too. I thought it was dope too how he had the like I'm not a gamer, but I can imagine like how he was like playing the game basically with the Ultraman, and he's like using different buttons to like make a fight. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, they said he was using Ultra Smash. It's a game called Smash Brothers with Superman and Ultimate, like all of them motherfuckers. It's like a fight.
Super Smash Brothers?
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers. And those combinations he was screaming were combinations from Super Smash Brothers.
And he had like over 2,000 different ones, and the way he was doing, I thought that was so fire. At the end, when he gets mad, he's like, 1A.
Yeah,
I love that.
Funny. That shit was funny.
But how you felt about Lex and Nicholas Hoult playing?
I thought he killed it, yo. I would never think Nicholas Hoult could pull that off, to be honest. I think he could. I remember him as Beast. I remember him in a couple other movies, like the Vampire Joint. Yeah. So I didn't think he was gonna be able to pull off Lex. He pulled that shit off phenomenally. He did good. He made me hate him. He made me like him.
Yeah. And he was smart, man. Like at the end when he tells Superman, like, you know, I didn't what did he say? I didn't start a war. What did he say? So I didn't start a war. I started a war to bring you out. Like,
so I can kill you. I'm on your ass.
Yeah,
like, it's about you.
Oh, he said I didn't try to kill you to start a war. I started a war to try to kill you.
Try to kill you, right? Yeah, to try to kill you.
Chloe, how you felt about the Lex character? His portrayal?
I think he did a really good job. Oops, sorry. I'm saying sorry to myself. That's crazy. Yeah, like he played it really well. It was so funny because we actually went to go see the movie in 4DX. Which was lit.
I heard.
We went with my mom, my dad, my nephew, and my cousin, my brother. And my nephew was like, I don't understand. Like, this is stupid because, you know, he just hating on him. Like, he went through all he about to he about to kill the whole universe because he hate him that much. And I was like, yeah, bro, like that's real life. Like people really be hating that bad for no reason.
They'll press that damn button, man.
Yeah. And he even said it. He said, like, you know, even those other metahumans out here, you know, something about him. I just don't like him.
Right.
He like him because he's the one who shined the light on his incompetency. And that was a whole ego thing. So it was like, how can you? He's like, the one part, you know, he's like, brains always beats brawn.
Yeah. That brains always beats brawn. Oh man, I love that part.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
So
and he was an asshole, like the pencils. When I go to pencils, and they did it again.
Yeah. He was.
But my thing is, I was like, oh, so these people just working for him, and they know he the bad guy. Like, how much they getting paid? Number one, and number two,
he's worth billions. I'm trying to get a lot. So.
It just was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, damn, they really going. I did want to know the story about that girl, so I hope we get more. What's her name?
Tessmacher, his girlfriend.
No, the one that could, the soldier girl.
The engineer.
The engineer, like, they didn't really go into why she was that.
Another person like I could use the backstory for. I agree.
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah.
But she's not dead, so we could probably get a story later.
Well, she's part of the Authority, and they're supposed to make an Authority movie, I think, at some point. So.
So then we'll get the story of why she
like why she did what she did. But it says that he does say in the movie that she volunteered. So I don't know if like a lot of people hated Superman, including people who work for him, was like, you know what, I'm down for the cause. But it says she volunteered to be turned into that. So.
Probably for something, because if he stole the man's baby, he can do anything. Like, cray.
Yeah.
He's a real villain. He's a real villain.
He's a real villain. Like he's a great Lex. I love that he don't have no powers at all, but his intellect, he's got plans. He's like Joker. Got plans, those type of plans. Even when the city was about to die, he had to make it into a whole like, you know, ship or whatever like that. I thought that was fire. I thought, you know, his distraction so he can go to the fortress, I thought was fire. Like everything about Lex, you know, I mean, I like even him. I didn't really need a backstory for him, but I thought it was pretty, you know, pretty dope, you know, altogether. Now, who you guys like a lot? Me too. Mr. Terrific, played by Eddie Gathegi. Chloe, I know how much you like him. What were your thoughts about the black character, Mr. Terrific?
He was perfect. Like he was the perfect amount of sarcasm, and he was just black. He was blackity black. Black. And I loved it. And he was, the way he was looking at them was just like, y'all stupid mother effers. He was low-key the strongest one, I feel like, out of everybody except for Superman, obviously. But like, I'm happy that they highlighted him because I ain't never hear about no Mr. Terrific. I ain't never seen. I kept calling him Mr. Fantastic, but his name Mr. Terrific. And it was fun for me to see this character I never seen before, and then for him to be black man, and for him to be very, very black with his commentary. He had on some LeBrons too. Like he was just black. He was a black man, and he was just very smart.
He sounded like a 70s character, but I liked him a lot though.
Yes, with his little afro. That junk was fun. I was cracking up. I'm like, this man funny. Yeah. So yeah, I liked him a lot.
Hey, Mr. Terrific, man. What you thought about him? Is he busy?
He on the phone.
Oh,
hey, no, I was in my background to get the dog out, but go ahead.
Mr. Terrific, man. Your thoughts on him?
All right, so I love Mr. Terrific, man. Let me tell you, Mr. Terrific. Yeah. When it comes to Mr. Terrific, man, they nailed that shit. They nailed an unapologetic black person. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And that he's the. I don't know if they nailed that he was the third smartest metahuman in DC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Who's before him? We were just thinking about that. Who's above him? Is it Cyborg?
The people that are above him are like Martian Manhunter,
and Lex.
Like Lex Luthor. And,
I knew he was powerful. I'm like, yo, this dude's mad smart.
Yeah. Lex Luthor, like Mr. Terrific, is smart and got fighting skills from I forgot who. I think Batman taught him fighting skills. I know he's an extreme martial artist from the rip though.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely, he knows how to fight and all that. The T-Spears, they do a lot. They fire. Like his fighting scene was impeccable.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was impeccable. Like I said, James Gunn, I swear James Gunn knows how to do certain characters, man. He really kills it. Like a lot of people don't even know Mr. Terrific, but I bet you they do now.
Same. I was just saying, I was like, I ain't never seen this man before.
Never heard of it. Well, I'm
forever.
gonna let Josh go on first, then I go. Josh, your thoughts on Mr. Terrific? Eddie, thank you.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. And I always like this actor from Startup, and I think he did a great job.
I think he got played in X-Men. That's why I wanted to see him do better as it is anyway.
And to bring that, that monotone, but I'm dead serious. Performance. I thought that was great for the character, and he brings up a great point. I think he's going to be a great collaborator with Batman, so I can't wait to see that in the future. Because I think he's going to be the bridge between Batman and Superman.
To me, I thought it was great. He was smart. I thought that scene was amazing that he had. Only thing I don't like visually is the chair. Not the chair itself, but how it looks when he got it still with him on his back. Because I feel like he can't move.
I didn't like that. I would have preferred him to put to do the other one where they take he throw up the two spears and they go flat and they go on his feet and they fly him around like that.
That's movie because I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot. I
don't like the chair, but character wise though, I thought he was great. He brought some levity, brought some comedy to the movie where he was a cool guy. He's smart and he knows. He's like Tony Stark a little bit. He's smart and he knows it. Unapologetic about it. Like he said, I'm like he said here. I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. It's not me.
Right.
So asterisk. This is how they should have done Falcon.
But that's what this is what I be talking about. This is what I'm saying. You have people that understand the assignment because they know the characters, and then you have people that don't know shit about the characters, and they're told to just make a movie. And I think that's the dumbest shit ever. It don't make any sense. Why is there a director that doesn't know the material of the characters he is dealing with?
Because they wanted a black guy to direct.
It don't matter. Did somebody should have this black man?
It's black people who read comic books, right?
But no, I know. But what I'm saying is that they wanted for Captain America specifically, they wanted to keep that same story like from Falcon and Falcon and Winter Soldier, where it was like, okay, how it's like to be the black Captain America. So they got a specific director who could talk about that more than just like the comic aspect of it.
Right. And like he even asked people like, yo, y'all didn't like my movie? What did I do wrong?
Everything.
And
but this is the crazy part. James Gunn white, and he made a better black character.
and the Suicide Squad he did.
Remember, James Gunn.
He invited to the cookout or something like.
All right. So I feel like James Gunn be invited to the cookout. I feel like James Gunn is around enough people that he gets certain shit. Like I'm pretty sure James Gunn went to a party and was like, "Oh look, that's the black guy. That's the token black guy. But look how cool he fucking is. He's never a cornball. The token black guy is never a cornball." So when he did Mr. Terrific, that's why he's done so good. He's not the cornball. He's the smartest. He's the third smartest man in the DC universe. He also got T-Spears that elevate him a lot, and he kick ass. Like he's zero tolerance. Yeah, and that's what Gunn did. He stuck to the material,
and he got a cool outfit on.
Right.
But he also is just like, even with the who does Idris play in Suicide Squad? The shooter dude, I forget who he plays.
Like even Idris Elba, he did Bloodsport wonderful.
Right, him too. Yeah.
He did Bloodsport wonderful, man.
Yeah, but
Bloodsport is actually the star of the fucking film.
So we know they're black. They have black traits and characteristics in these movies, but they never say I'm black. Right? They never talk about,
because this is a different type of world now. This isn't black, white, Spanish, Chinese.
No, but
no. He's saying like you don't have to say you black to be black. You just are. You just are.
You just are.
It's like you don't have to try too hard. Like you either have the swag or you don't. Like
right.
They try to make
as a black man here, trying to get the shield, bro. Just be black. Like
Just
you don't
be
have to
black.
say all this.
I want to see what he does when he has a black character that is on par with Superman. You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the weaker characters here. I'm talking about.
I don't think that matters though, bro.
No,
you write it.
It do matter though. It's a difference. It's a difference between a Mr. Terrific and an Icon. It's a big difference.
But was it Bloodsport on par with Peacemaker? And they both are written similarly. Like they're not like
they was on point. Right.
And so my thing is, if you watch if you seen F1, I love F1, the movie that came out with Brad Pitt, right? Damson Idris, another guy. He's just a driver. You know he's black because he's cool. He got swag, but he's never like being a black driver was so hard.
Being a black driver is hard because they ain't no other.
He never said this. He's just a black driver, and he's cool. Everybody likes him like that.
Just living his life, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Their character, they have to like,
And I think they do a lot of that in Marvel, which like an overcorrection sometimes a little bit. But that's not the end of it. But I did love Terrific. Moving on to the Justice League gang. I like gang. I forget because it's different now. Because it's Justice Society.
The Justice Society.
Yeah, it's too many of them. Yeah. Franklin's even edited killed. They're talking about Damson Idris. I like Guy Gardner. I did not like Hawk. Well, how am I say this? I didn't like Hawk Girl screaming. She was pissing me off with the screaming.
Yeah.
I never got that because I never seen her do that.
I don't think I think he added that. Yeah.
Nah, I think it's somewhere. Knowing James Gunn, that shit is probably from an old comic.
It's somewhere, yeah.
Well, she does scream. I've read a comic where Hawk Girl screams.
Okay. Well,
you did.
But high pitch. It didn't. It was annoying to hear it in the movie. But like her thing was like echolocation or something. She screams. That's the thing I've seen before.
And I like the chick Isabella Merced, but the screaming got on my nerves. And I think in the camera, the way he did the camera was like right on her face when she's screaming. It was kind of like a little bit annoying to me. It's only one great.
I liked her attitude though. He definitely gave
I like that part.
Girl the right attitude, and I like the actress because the actress knows the material because she spoke on. She wants them to do the Green Lantern story where her, Green Lantern was messing with Vixen, but then he started liking the Hawk Girl joint, and the Hawk Girl started messing with Green Lantern. And you know who Green Lantern is? Aaron Pierre. So she trying to get in there. I see.
Well, it's too late. Well, yeah. Well, Guy Gardner gonna be in that show too, actually.
Oh yeah. What's his name with the fucked up haircut gonna be in that shit?
Guy Gardner, bro. That letter. Josh, how you felt about the other parts of the Justice Gang?
I thought they were great comedic relief, and it was smart to have other meta people, meta humans that were also powerful, but on Superman's side. And it reminded me of basically combining the boys with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
like the corporate side of being a superhero. So I thought that was smart to incorporate that as well, since I see that's where comic books and superhero content is going in the past 10 years.
I like the fact that Lois goes to the Hall of Justice and she talks to them, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, we know who he is. We know that's Clark." You know what I mean? But we cool with him and stuff like that. It's just like I like the fact that it's lived in. Like
we
said,
up the cloth. We're the cloth.
Yeah. So it shows a lot there to me. It shows Clark got a whole other side she don't know about, right? He be hanging out with them and she don't even know. She don't know about it. It's not she don't know. But it also shows that like those superheroes do come together when it's time to do stuff. Even the part where like she's talking to him and they're outside fighting something else. He's like, "Oh, they can handle it. They're good." I kind of like.
I like that part a lot.
Yeah, I kind of like.
And this is what I was trying to tell y'all. I like that shit. Everybody's gonna like that shit till somebody gets fucking crushed. Everybody's gonna like that shit until somebody really fucking gets crumbled up and dies. I'm telling you, watch.
They're gonna be like, "Who's in here having a conversation in the world?"
You're right. All that other tone, all that tone is gonna stop the moment somebody gets brutally broken up.
But who?
That's true, but I like the crew they got so far.
I'm telling you, that dark side shit is gonna hurt.
That's gonna be a while from now, I think.
Yeah, I know it is, but I'm just saying that shit's gonna hurt. I know Superman gonna be hurt behind that shit.
Well, Superman, he turns evil at some point in the comics. Right?
Not
when Lois Lane gets killed. That's all I hope they go.
The only one, and that's if she gets killed in this universe. If she don't get killed in this universe,
hey, E-Money, the way she acts, she getting killed.
You know what else I thought was silly for her to go there,
bringing people back. So I doubt he's gonna do the Lois Lane where she get killed and then they bring her back and show Superman. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he's gonna go that route. So I don't even think she's gonna get touched like that.
Go ahead. What were we saying?
I was saying that was another part of the film I thought was kind of dumb. Like when she went to go save him, so Lex Luthor was basically like, I'm going to find someone else that you love and kill them. And then she goes literally to the spot where he could have just kidnapped her and took her and like, I don't know. That was a MacGuffin moment, I feel like.
But I also like what that he said, I'm going to find that reporter Clark Kent.
Yeah, that was funny. That was hilarious.
What's crazy? When Lex say that, it makes her look even dumber. So by Clark interviewing himself, that's the only person Lex knows that he interviews him. If she starts to make interviews, he's gonna say, "Oh, somebody else interviewing you now." That puts her in danger. So he was actually keeping her safe by interviewing himself over and over again.
Exactly. Right. He just said to her, like, the only reason why is because I am a superhero and people will take people to. But did he? I don't know if at this point in his story that he's never had nobody whoop his butt. So he never had a fear of being like beaten. So maybe that was something.
People complaining like, "Oh, this Superman's weak." No, he's not. No. He never faced a motherfucker that had power like him.
He never faced himself. It was so funny because my dad kept saying, he was like, "Yo, ain't Superman supposed to be strong?" He just kept getting his ass whooped the whole movie. And I was like, it was himself that was administering his own ass whooping. So
right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
Those words, but
it's not like a.
But some people thought that like that scene when they killed a kaiju and Superman is like, "Yo, let's not kill him. Let's try to save him," and stuff like that. And Mr. Terrific was looking at him all crazy or whatever like that.
He was like,
and they still kill him.
Go for the eyes.
Why don't he just like use his power and like beat them up? Not beat them up, but stop them from doing it. And I was like, I feel like he's like not showing his whole power to them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. He's not. He's withholding because he don't have to. Like, it's kind of like you don't want to make nobody feel bad too that they don't got all the powers. Like, he let them fight. You feel me? He was chilling. Yeah. If you start showing everybody you could do this and that and this, they gonna be like, you don't need our help. Like, you good, you got it. Like
remember, this is not that Superman yet. This is not the Superman that was to the edge and had to rag somebody. Even though he goes by the rules, if you paid attention in the movie, it said he goes by the rules of killing is the last, is the last defense if you have to.
And also
all type of stuff,
and what was I gonna say? Like Superman, like how you were saying, E-Money, he don't know all his power set yet because he wasn't using his power, so he didn't know. You feel me? Like even when the scene where he was trying to save the baby and stuff, we'll get to that, but like he didn't use all his powers because he had no practice with his powers.
He ain't got to unleash.
No, I agree.
Hey, let me tell you what I like. Because you're talking about the toy box, stuff like that, as compared to the Marvel Universe a little bit.
Right.
I like that these characters were really out of the comic book and they were using their character names. Superman, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl. They don't even say their real names in the movie at all. Stuff like that. And if you look at Marvel, I think at one point Marvel wanted to be too real light. So it's like Tony, Wanda, Clint, Natasha. Like you barely hear their other names. Where here, you don't hear their real names. So to me, it was more comic-y than some of the Marvel movies. I don't think they ever called Natasha Black Widow in the MCU, as a matter of fact. But in here, they use their moniker. So I think I like that look. What do you think about that?
Wasn't there a Green Lantern movie at some point?
Yeah, 2011. Yeah.
So wasn't Ryan Reynolds play him?
Huh?
Something going on. Do y'all hear that?
Hold on. That's not.
I said
Oh, yeah,
Is it? Yeah, it was. Did Ryan Reynolds play him? Who played
Yes.
Green Lantern? So
Ryan
when I seen this dude, I'm like, who is he? Like, I really wish Ryan Reynolds would have just played, but he can't, right? Because doesn't he?
So it's a Green Lantern Corps. It's like 100 of them. So he's only
Wait,
one.
what? There's more than one Green Lantern.
Yes. So the Green Lantern are space cops. It's a whole team of Green Lanterns, right? So he's Guy Gardner. He's one of them. But there's a show coming out next year called Lanterns, where Aaron Pierre is playing John Stewart, another one, and also there's Hal Jordan, another one. So there's been several Green Lanterns on the Earth, but they operate in space mostly, and they all have the same ring.
So that's why he was saying they're part of the Space Force. What did they say the name of their?
He said, I forget what he said, but
they work for like people. Okay, that's why he kept making that announcement. Because initially I thought that meant he had a sponsorship or something. That's what I thought. He kept saying that, like, this saving was brought to you by like McDonald's. Like, I thought that's what that.
And Daniel just said Ryan Reynolds played Hal Jordan, another Green Lantern, in 2011. This guy played Guy Gardner, another one. So there's many Green Lanterns. Like,
okay, well that clears that up for me, because I was like, because I didn't know who. Like, when they started introducing the people, I'm like, well, obviously that's Hawk Girl. I didn't know Mr. Terrific because I never seen him before. But then I seen the guy kept saying I'm Green Lantern, and I'm like, he don't look like Green Lantern. So that was a little confusing, but thanks for clearing that up.
So Josh, since I lost E, the point I was making, James seemed like he's making a effort to keep it more comic booky, like with the people's names, as opposed to MCU. How do you feel about his thoughts on that?
I thought that was great because
mic check.
Go ahead, E-Money, go ahead.
No, I was just making sure the mic was good because
I'll let you answer after that. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I thought that was cool because there's a balance to make it down to earth and believable, but also remind you that it is a comic book genre. So I thought saying the character's name as their stage name, if you will, I thought that was a great touch for sure.
Hey, how you feel about what I said there earlier?
I didn't hear you because I had to.
Oh, so I said that if you notice in this movie, you don't really hear their real names. You hear their actual superhero names: Hawk Girl, Green Lantern, Mr. Terrific. Don't even say their real names, actually.
Right. As it should be.
In the MCU, you hear more Wanda, Clint, Natasha, Tony. You don't really hear their actual names that much. You think about it.
Well, I like the differences. I'm not gonna lie. I like how the MCU's characters would, because in the MCU it's different. It's not the same. The superhero, the whole style of the way they dress is completely different. So in the MCU, it's more like, nah, we fucking friends. We almost died together. Ha ha. Like we're calling each other by our real names. We're not doing the like, hey, Doctor Strange. Well, they still do say. I mean,
real doctor. That's why.
That's it. I was about to say that's his real name. So
yeah, that's real.
he don't count. But
right.
Like niggas ain't calling Tony, hey, Iron Man.
No, they're not. Or they're not saying like Scarlet Witch or Black Widow.
I actually do like that. But in DC, the way they are, I like that too. Like I like the fact that they're not calling each other by their real names. Some of them don't trust each other to be calling them by their real names. So you're getting Mr. Terrific. You're getting, Guy Gardner's using his real name, but in reality, that motherfucker should just be called Green Lantern.
Right. He's the only one though, because they don't even say Hawk Girl's real name or Mr. Terrific.
Right.
So
them two.
And I actually found it refreshing. I want to say after having so many years of MCU. Just hearing like Wanda and the top.
Well, it's refreshing because it's different heroes, different universe, but it's still MCU style. I give it that, even down to the suit, bro.
But see, I'm hoping that when we get to X-Men, they don't do that because what I mean.
Like what do you mean by that? Like the same style.
I hope they use more of this new DC style where we're using more of their monikers than their actual real names.
Nah, you can't do that because the X-Men don't call each other. They don't sit up there and just be like, hey, Cyclops. These motherfuckers be in the school together.
Bro, if you watch X-Men animated cartoon,
they do. They say their nickname.
Yes, they do. Professor X be like, yo, Cyclops, call Storm all the time.
Yeah, he does that.
Yeah,
he does that. Yeah.
Or he'd be like, yo, where's Gabby? Like, I want to hear that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does that, but I don't really see them like going all like calling a motherfucker, hey, multiple man, come sit here, multiple man.
I don't know. It makes it more what it is to me, a comic book movie. That's why I kind of like this a little bit more. I'm tired of hearing fucking Wanda. Like, somebody call her Scarlet Witch for God's sake, or whatever like that. You know what I mean? But that was one of my things.
Well, they called Wanda because they had a whole show called Wanda.
Right.
They did. Definitely did. What else? Who else? Oh, Jimmy. This Jimmy. Jimmy was a player, but his character was used to help solve the whole plot of the movie. So
yeah,
I thought about Jimmy. Jimmy Olsen was the
Jimmy
smaller
Olsen
reporter.
Man. Yeah, that nigga was the lady.
Him.
The one shrimp.
I thought about this Jimmy. There's been a ton of Jimmy Olsen.
Man, I like this Jimmy. This Jimmy had some swag with him. You know what I mean? He was smooth. He was smooth with it, yo. Like, I mean, I felt he should have been a little bit smoother. Like, if the girls is smiling and wilding all like that, why you ain't smiling back? Especially remember the ones that was across the room that really like models and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They you know what I mean? They should at least had him like.
Nah, that was a part of his appeal.
You know, Mike know. Look, Mike know if you had the job.
Nah, that was a part of his appeal. And the part that he was an unconventional dude. Like, she even noticed, she like, that's your ex-girlfriend? Sometimes you're like, how? Why? So I like the fact that he wasn't like attractive. I like the fact that he was like a little loser dude, and he had like this model chick that was like fawning over him. That to me was
all of them though. It wasn't just one; it was all of them. When he
because he had an unspoken, you know. I don't know. I like the fact that he wasn't attractive and girls liked him because I thought it was funny.
Yeah. How do you like? Because you mentioned her, I think. His ex-girlfriend, Miss Tessmacher, and her story. And how she her selfies was used. Let me go to Josh. Was used in the plot to help save the situation.
I thought it was very clever, and it was interesting that she was one of those stage 5 clingers.
Yeah,
but he genuinely didn't want to talk to her, be with her at all, with her mutant toes. So I thought that was very interesting storytelling by James Gunn by actually having the character do something that they really don't want to do, but for the betterment of everyone.
Right.
I mean, and at times I was like, all right, bro, like I get it, but you're already here asking her for it. Just go along with it. Tell her whatever she needs to be told and get on with it. But I thought that was clever to draw it out. And as Chloe already reminded us, it added that comical element to it. So I thought that was good to stretch it out the way that it did. So he did sacrifice
for all of us
for Metropolis.
He did though for shrimp.
He did, and it was so funny because I liked it because it came from left wing. Like ain't nobody thought. Like nobody ever thought. And then it's funny how they set it up. How like he walked down some dark alley, the prostitutes was trying to talk to him. And the crackhead was on the corner. Next thing you know, she popped out.
It was like, hey.
I miss you. I love you so much. And he's like, oh, I love you too. Okay. What? Because anybody looking at that be like, yo, why don't you like her? Like, really? Her toes? Like, that's it? Like, I don't know. It was funny to me. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, he's in this show on HBO. What's it called about the church and stuff like that? It's so funny.
He's in a lot of shows. Like, wasn't he a kid actor? He's a child actor, right?
He was. I think he was in the Marvel universe at one point too. Actually,
the dude who played Jimmy. Jimmy's the dude name.
Yeah, he played Jimmy. Yeah.
He was in a show. I remember his face when
he was 28. Wow.
I don't remember him.
He's in something because I've seen his face. I remember seeing him as a young adult, like young, playing in something. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, me too. But I know he's in Righteous Gemstones, hilarious show on HBO Max right now. So funny. He's in that show.
That's what he's in?
Yeah, he is so funny, bro. Like I'm telling you right now. Chloe, I got you. Oh, he was in Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. What did he play? Hold on.
Yes, I remember his face. He was young when he played it. I remember the dude because he had like.
He played Gwen Stacy's brother in the movies. Anyway, Chloe, the dog, Crypto. How did you feel about Crypto throughout the movie?
Well,
I'm curious about this. You like that?
I love Crypto, and I would say more about it, but I'm gonna plead the fifth on why I loved him so much. But yeah, I love Crypto. He was lit. Like, I think that it added the comic relief to the movie. I love the little puppy. He reminds me of another little puppy. And like, it was lit. Like, it gave the human element of Superman got a dog that he don't even really like, but he got to take care of this dog. And the dog is hilarious because the dog, apparently, I did some research, and the dog in the comics can like talk and stuff. So the dog is smart. It ain't just the regular dog. The dog can actually like talk or has like thought bubbles with words. Yeah, but in the movie, yeah, they played that down a little bit. But he's, I don't know, he's smart enough to drag him into the house. But yeah, I like the dog. I think that I never seen Super Dog.
I'm about to say which one. Like I know it was two different.
It's two different dogs.
Like I remember one looking like a lab, and then back in the day it was this fuzzy one, this furry one.
So he came early in the comics, Crypto, and he had like these little bubbles that would say like what he was thinking and stuff like that. Because he talked or whatever.
He got sent in the little thing, right? He got sent with him when he was a baby. I remember that.
Right, but his rocket went off course. So he didn't find out he was like later on or something.
Yeah,
like yeah. And then in the 80s, they like got rid of him altogether because they thought he was too childish, and they brought him back in the comics later on, stuff like that. But
it says he was sent into space by Superman's father as a test for the rocket technology used to send baby Kal-El to Earth. His pod was knocked off course and eventually landed on Earth, where he was reunited.
Yeah, as a teenager apparently. But it was something different here. We'll get to that later on as well. Josh, how'd you like the Crypto?
Do y'all hear that crackling noise?
I got it. I'm a mute E. Man, hold on, I can't even mute him. I gotta remove him. All right, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, Crypto was another good comedy relief. Again, for me, it was a little too goofy for me, but that's just me. Like I get why he balanced with that character, and I thought again the first scene was so clever for so many different points, and the intro Crypto was perfect for that because that's literally Crypto's job, kind of being Superman's Alfred, if you will, in addition to Four and all the other robots, but essentially helping him when he's his most vulnerable. So I thought that was a great introduction for Crypto. And, I think, again, bringing Superman down to earth, like even Superman doesn't know how to train his dog, like most people.
Yeah, so I would have liked Crypto more of like the comic book one or the one on Secret Life of Pets where he's like just a super dog that's pretty smart. This one was so bad. At times he didn't like listen and stuff. I know how dogs are. But I'd rather have it more as like a super dog.
No, it's not how dogs are. And that's why I like this dog, because we figure out why he's like that at the end of the movie.
Well, it's how some dogs are, I'll say. But yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But it made sense because initially I'm like, why is this dog doing the most? But it was nice to see why the dog was doing the most at the end of the movie.
Even at some points where he's like there's a scene where he's in the in the river with the baby. And he calls Crypto. He's like, Crypto's looking like, I do something, like, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And I was making bad. Like,
he's a bad dog because he got a bad owner.
Right. So that's why this one was how James made this dog. And other iterations of Crypto, he's more like a helper. He's really like there to help and shit like that. This one he
did help. He did help. He was a helper. But we figure out why he ain't help how we expected him to.
We do. E, how you feel as a dog owner? How you feel about Crypto, E? In the movie?
Yeah, dogs are just that annoying.
Okay, easy as fuck.
It's like dogs are just that annoying.
You wanted Crypto to rip the dude, rip somebody's shirt off his back.
I want him to goddamn. And sometimes, listen.
I mean, Crypto practically acted just like that. End. So yeah, like
let me ask you this, Chris. If somebody come into your house and you say Zeus get him, he gonna look at you or he gonna listen? He gonna get him.
Zeus is getting niggas.
Right, what I'm saying. Like,
Because that's E-Money's dog that he trained. Superman ain't trained that dog. Superman was trying to fix that dog from the way it was trained. Okay, and I can relate.
I'm gonna walk in your house like, yo, Zeus ain't gonna do shit. So I'm about to come up.
Zeus gonna crypto you.
But I think to your point, Mike, I think there's certain things that dogs should just know what to do.
Yeah.
And because they were attacking the cave, you know what I mean? So the Fortress of Solitude, you kind of have to, you got to protect your home at that point. I was like, where are you at? Like he can, you know what I'm saying? Like as soon as the door opens, you should be hyped. That is Superman, right? You should be hyped.
Right. Like Zeus will be there, right? Open up your door, right? At night. So
exactly.
Like as soon as somebody would have walked, as soon as that door would have opened, and it would have been silhouettes of people standing there, his head would have went to the side, and then the moment he noticed it ain't me, shit, you better have a fucking strap.
But speaking of this fortress, let's get into the fortress a little bit. A Superman robots. I get it, but I feel like they should be more useful robots.
Being that week though, that was a little.
Yeah, they whack. They trash. I'm sorry to say it. Like they don't do shit. Like the fuck.
That might be the first iteration, guys. That might be his brand new one.
Yeah, make like some or something. Because that was.
Who built the robots?
I don't even know. I'm guessing he did. I don't fucking know. Like it's weird, but I felt like even if they lost the fight. Right to the engineer and Ultraman, which they should lose the fight. They ain't put up no fight. They were just like.
I don't think they're designed for that though.
That's fair. That's fair. But
they got designed for that. How are you supposed to protect the baby or protect the Kryptonian?
They weren't made for that, like Josh said. Because think about it, Superman. If you're a person who never been beat, you think somebody coming up in your house? You feel me? Those are made.
The robot said was they are made to protect Superman.
They were made to heal him. You feel me? They were meant to be his house.
He need to upgrade, bro.
He's gonna upgrade them. I think he will after he knows.
Terrific. Hey, yo, terrific. Let me get some better robots than what I got.
Right.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
I've seen iterations where people walked in there and almost lost their life from them damn bots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's probably the last iteration. That ain't the first iteration.
Like they should lose. Like I said,
they got chips,
but they got to at least try. Like they ain't this shit. But let's talk about the big twist in this movie. And I'm gonna go to Josh first on this one.
Wait, we skipped the whole part. We skipped the whole part.
I'm going back around. But what part?
What
part? Go ahead. What part?
We skipped the whole part where they came up in his house. They took his dog.
I wasn't even going in order, but okay. They came up in his house. Well, actually, I was there. Actually, close.
Why?
From where they took his dog, and the twist is that his parents, the message that he's been listening to since he was a child, he got half of the message saying that come to Earth and they're good people do good, but he didn't get the other half, which is revealed to be he wants his parents, Jor-El and Laura, want him to rule us and make tons of Superman babies and stuff like that. And Mr. Terrific says, no, it's real. And everybody says, no, the message is real. So apparently it's real. How do you feel about that story beat, Josh, and how it changed the mythos of Superman? How you feel about that?
I thought it was interesting. I had a bit of an issue with it because it's like y'all see what Superman do. If he wanted to overtake y'all, he could do it at any time. He could have did the first time he announced himself. So So it was a bit of a MacGuffin for me, and it's like, can human beings be that stupid? And sometimes they can be. To be fair to James Gunn, sometimes they can be that stupid. Sometimes when they're afraid or they hating on someone or envious or jealous, you don't really understand metahumans. It's kind of like, especially with the media, they build you up just so the public can tear you down. So I get it from that aspect, but it's like y'all all seen, some of y'all literally wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Superman. And it's like there's so many moments where he literally saved your life and you're looking and there's Superman and he make an eye contact with you like, yeah, you good, you got it. And then you just turn like that. I'm upset we didn't see more evangelists for Superman. Like, yo, he been doing all this. How could you just turn the whole
I didn't like
city
this,
against you
like
just
some
like
of the
that?
people flipping that fast. Like that was kind of.
Well, hold on. Before we get to the flip, I want to talk about the flip. How do you feel about the fact that James Gunn decided to make this the reveal, on top of the fact that Superman started to question, his purpose and stuff like that? Like, how do you feel about it? Joshua E. I get to you second, Clay. And whatnot.
Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Like how do I feel that he flipped the purpose, like from the parents?
Right. It made it.
I liked it because it seemed more realistic. Like them knowing that if they send one of their cells to a planet that has a sun like this, and them knowing that you could be this powerful, it just reminded me of like the Vulturemites. It sounded like a Vulturemite mission, and
yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Chloe, how do you feel about before we get to the people and their reaction, just the fact that was revealed to be his purpose, and then his reaction to what his purpose was, and how to make him feel like how to make him feel Superman.
First of all, I'm going to talk about the reveal because that was messed up. Like that's when I knew Lex Luthor was a villain, because it's like, yo, he took this man's personal business, aired it out online, on the news, on everywhere, and he found out when everyone else found out, which is crazy to me, because in his mind, he grew up his whole life with that one message, and then all of a sudden, your business getting aired out online to everybody. And not only that, but he had to concede with the fact that his parents said that, but two, everybody already hating at him at the same time. So that was like the low of the low of the low. And was that after? No, that was before he found out his house got broken into. So for me, it was just like boom, 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 boom. Like first he hit him physically first, then he hit him mentally, then he got the whole world to hate on him. Then he went up in that man's house and he took his dog, like John Wick. Lex Luthor's a villain. He's a whole
He's a great villain, bro.
He's a villain. So I was just like, okay, yeah, that does make sense that his parents sent him there to do that, because obviously he's an alien. But like, secondly, it made sense to me because you guys were like, why did everybody turn on him? Because the way it was framed was that he was pretending to do this so he can make as many babies as possible. So you wouldn't go in there in the world, and that was genius for them for Lex Luthor to spin it like that, because he like, yeah, y'all think he's friendly and stuff. Who knows how many kids this man already has? He's handsome, he nice or whatever, but his whole goal is really
he's grooming y'all.
He's grooming y'all. He's trying to impregnate as many people as possible and make many little baby Supermans and repopulate the world. So of course people are going to be nervous, right? Because Superman, he's not untouchable. He's like amongst the people, like he taking pictures with kids and stuff. He's America's favorite, superhero, well, the world, because even overseas he lit. So like he could have babies, and that's why the president was like, yeah, he loves our women over here too. So he's over here, he thinks that the women over here are the finest. So who knows how many he got over here already. So I thought that was genius. And I thought Superman really handled that very well, because
I think the instant flip-flop, at literally the moment he saved them from the kaiju, it was literally instantly. It's like you could have died today. Like he didn't save us. Like I thought that was crazy. Well, to E's point, it would have been kind of cool if they would have shown like a news report of like some people like, yo, I knew it. Some people like, no,
they did.
And like, man, get the fuck out of here. I just saw them save a squirrel.
Right. They didn't show that. No, Chloe. They should have shown
because he owns the TV channels. That's the whole point. It's like now, right? Just think of media how it is right now. When there's a narrative, that's what they're pushing. Lex Luthor is a trillionaire. He owns all the news outlets. He literally booked himself on a show.
I know.
To talk about it at the same time it dropped. So like you can't say, oh, why didn't they show a person that's rooting for Superman? If I'm Lex Luthor, why would I let anybody, any reporter, anything do that?
I get it. It's on the Daily Planet, right? Where Lois and Clark work in. They could have had somebody interview with somebody and say, you know what?
No, it happened too quick. It happened way too quick. It wasn't planned.
You can't stop other the masses from having their split opinions. That always shows.
Bro, what I'm saying is if I control all the TV channels, I'm not showing nothing that say anything good about Superman. And people were questioning. They were like, is this real? And then people were like, well, it is real. Like, this is a real message sent.
But your eyes are real too. I just saw him save me. So like,
because he needs us to repopulate the planet. So of course he's gonna save us to impregnate us and turn this planet into his. That was the whole point.
I'm a whole dude. He ain't trying to populate with me. So he just saved me.
Squirrel. That's would have been my argument with you.
Who seen him say the squirrel? We saw him say the squirrel. You think somebody saw him save a squirrel? That don't even make sense.
He trying to impregnate the squirrel too.
Nobody see him say that squirrel. Superman did that because he's so fast. You think you want to watch him save a squirrel, E-Money, if it's a giant creature. What did they even call that thing? They said a giant thing. What they call it? They called it something, a giant creature.
Yeah.
And you want to look at him save a squirrel. No, you running the hell away. You're not gonna be like, oh, look, Superman's a great guy. He was saving everybody.
Exactly.
It was just too much.
Watching that shit like it was.
Thank you, E-Money. People was watching like it was Netflix. Like, get out the way.
People still eating and watching that shit. Somebody saw them save that squirrel. Trust me.
Right? And when they get 20 feet away, oh, we got to get out of here. Really? Come on, man.
Listen, y'all giving American people too much credit. Y'all giving them too much credit.
So fast. I could see if it was like overnight, but it's like, God damn,
that shit was fast. That shit was fast.
At least Guy guard them. They wouldn't have asked him a question first. They ain't just flip on him and stuff like that.
But think about it like this, right? If you're a person on a planet where you're used to supervillains,
the world, probably not.
Like, but y'all spoke to this, right? You're on a planet that you're used to people, aliens, and all types of stuff coming to get you, and you're not sure who's good and who's bad. And then you find out this dude who appears to be good. Now all of a sudden, Lex Luthor, who everyone knows, that's like Elon Musk or before he went crazy, or somebody that you respect, Steve Jobs, getting up there and being like, hey guys, I'm really afraid because, you know, we just found this recording from his parents, so we don't know what he's here for. It's not just some random dude talking about it. Like Lex Luthor was on a television show talking about it and was pretending to be scared. You feel me? So it wasn't just like somebody with no authority or no, because people, if Lex Luthor got that big old building in the middle of Manhattan, of course, yeah, Lex Luthor was trying to find Superman birth certificate. You're right, Daniel. Yeah. You feel me? Like, okay, so yes, so to Daniel's point, right? Imagine now in the climate that we are, if the person who's the Lex Luthor of our reality gets up there and says, you know, which he did, you know, this person's not even from America. Where's his birth certificate? And how many people believe that?
Yeah, but how many people didn't? That's East Point. Somebody gonna say.
But depending on what channel you're watching, Tony, you're not gonna see the other person's side. If you're watching Fox News, what you gonna hear? Like, come on now, like Elon Musk, like you got to be real. Like media is not. It's not free media. That's why I think the Daily News, their newspaper, they were the ones who were on the ground trying to get all the real facts. But nobody was looking for facts. They looking for what's salacious, like what's going to get the people going. You feel me? So I get how
this is the crazy part, though, right? Yeah. The crazy part is you say that, right? But then at the end of the movie, when Lex was set to be whatever. I don't want to skip ahead, but when he saved the day, right? They flip back on. They say, you know what? We love Superman now. His parents still said the same shit. The message didn't change.
You said what?
Flip back.
His parent?
The message is still the same. They still sent him with the same.
Because they found out that the guy who told them that he was a villain was the actual villain.
But the message is still real. So but they flip right back and say we love Superman now. That's crazy. Like it's happening all within like a day or two, whatever like that.
Well, he also saved the whole world from going into a black hole.
But his parents still said impregnate these hoes.
But they didn't care about that at that point. They like, yo, the whole city just went to a black hole because of Lex Luthor, and this is the same man who told us that Superman was here for a bad reason. So he's no longer credible. So now, and they even apologized. They was like, yo, we sorry. Like, you know, I even had to do it on my show.
No. They didn't say he wasn't credible. They just say he did some bad shit too, or whatever like that. They didn't say that the message was.
What I'm saying is, if you're a person who split a multi-universe black hole into the city, and everybody about to fall in the hole, and then Superman comes and saves you,
guy did say,
and then you find out that Lex Luthor. Yeah, the newscaster said it.
You know what they should have had, bro? They could have had two different things. They could have said that what we said, but they also could have had Superman just acknowledge it. Look, I didn't know about this message, but no matter what my parents said, that's not what I'm here for. Something like that.
But Christopher Reeve's son said the message was fake.
Christopher Reeve's son.
Yeah, that was his. At the end, he was like, yeah, he did. He said the messages. He was like, the messages were faked.
He said that?
No, he didn't say that. I watched it yesterday. He never said that. They said the message is legit. They even talking about it after the movie. However, the people are happy because he saved the world. They did like Lois said. So I mean, like Lois, like Lois said, or whatever. But let me get back to that part because you're right there, right? So Lex did that. Then he decides to turn himself in, and he winds up in his pocket dimension. Hold on. I see Josh already shaking his head already like that. How you felt about turning himself in, Josh?
I'm not sure if everyone heard. I just heard about it today. So allegedly, in Colombia, within the past, I want to say week or month, a farmer found $600 million of cash from Pablo Escobar on his own property. Okay. His first reaction was to hand it in to the police. This is what reminded me of what Superman did. You already know the government is corrupt. You already know who is pulling the strings. You already know that person cannot be trusted. But here, I want to be a back. Exactly.
Because probably because it belongs to Pablo. You don't take no drug dealer money ever.
Shit.
Listen, let me say this. Escobar, his son is still around. His son is still around. They don't die with him. Are you? If I ever seen,
and he don't know.
I ain't never touching no drug dealer money. I don't care how much it is.
But he didn't give it back to Escobar. He told the police. That's even worse. Right? He should have told nobody.
That's worse.
He didn't know who money it was.
You don't think Escobar gonna be like, you took my money and you gave it to the police. You didn't even spend it for yourself.
Right.
I know it's your money, bro. My whole thing is this: if I see a box of cash on the ground, I ain't touching it because I don't know who that belonged to, and I don't want no problem.
But again, it's not on the ground; it's on your property, and no one knows you found it. And guess what? Right. If they knew it was there, they would have came and got that decades ago.
They would have got that already. Yeah, they came and got that.
No.
You could have
money. What? I ain't touching it.
You could have spent it. You could have spent it for the rest of your life. You could have left. You could have left the country.
From my arm around the way, I ain't touching nothing. Nothing, because I don't know. I do not know. And y'all touch it if you want. I ain't touching that. That's
nah, that's enough money to rent a boat. Because it's Colombia.
Buy a boat.
You can get a boat and you can sail anywhere in the world with that cash. I'm out of here.
From around the way because you don't touch no money that you don't know.
So basically, Josh find money close.
I'm gonna move. Listen, Daniel, you said it right.
Josh, don't tell
Escobar money on my property. I'm out, Pablo. You can have it because he don't play. Pablo Escobar will not play. He is not the one to mess with.
But he didn't give it to Pablo or his son. He gave it to the police. That's even worse.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, but that's the point. I would agree with you if your plan was to give it to the crime family.
I'm not calling the crime family.
And then get a reward. Get like, you know, let me get.
Nah, that's not how that works. You give them their money back.
You know,
that's not how that works in that world. If you even acknowledge that you know that's their money, you don't know what come with that. You supposed to just pretend like you didn't see it and leave, or
It's
just
on
don't
your
touch
property.
it.
Hey, where you gonna go?
Not your property. It's Pablo Escobar's property because it's his money on here. Y'all see, I can't explain. If
Okay.
no, we don't need to be said. I'm just trying to help everybody online. If you find a drug dealer money, don't
That's
touch
like
it.
having property in Texas that has oil, but you know
No.
what? I'm just gonna give it up.
He said,
Nah,
"Chloe
I ain't
better
doing
move off the property." She's like, "I'm out." I'm like,
Oil, I'm taking because it's my oil. But Pablo Escobar money, that mean that ain't my property. That means it's Pablo Escobar's property because he can come back at any second. Oh my God, y'all are
You
just
know.
bastards. Y'all don't even know. Y'all
Do
wow.
y'all know how many treasures are hidden right now that like are worth trillions of dollars that
Daniel,
everyone has forgot? It has died in someone's memory. Ain't no way.
Daniel, the movies.
Got it. Think about it.
The
you would have
movies.
came and got it. You would have came and got that money.
Learned this information from the movies.
Either one of his generals, one of his family members, his wife, his sons, somebody would have came and got that money. Like, hey, I hid some money here. They come in and get that.
People don't come get the money till they need the money. And when they come to get the money and the money's gone, because you don't know when they need that money, you're just assuming, oh, there's just money. And if you know it's somebody money, you don't know when they coming to get it because it's their money. So if Pablo Escobar comes to get his money and the cent is missing,
after what happened to Pablo, they need the money. Tell you that right now. If your leader's gone, you need the money.
All right, let's go at Superman, not Pablo Escobar. So Josh wanted to turn himself in, obviously, as he was Superman. So Chloe,
I mean, with any of y'all, because if you know the person is corrupt, you know, it's not gonna do anything fair. You know, you're not gonna be seen, positively. Ain't nobody miss you. And then the biggest MacGuffin at all, Clark ain't at work. He can't skip. What's going on with that?
Well,
it's work for days. Another issue I had, I had to suspend my disbelief because he's not that important at that, or he is important, but not enough where he can just go days without coming into the office. Ain't no way.
Okay.
Well, one thing about him going and turning himself in, remember he said he turned himself in so he could go find the dog.
He did. And Lois said it's just a dog.
That was literally the only reason he turned himself in because he's like, I can't
find
a dog.
And that's fair. But he's still Clark Kent. What was Clark doing?
He took a sick day.
Yo,
from office, every single one.
When he turned himself in, we see Metamorpho and his son Joey, and we see the whole Pocket universe there, and all the people in jail. I'm gonna get back to you on that, Chloe. How you felt about that? The pocket jail basically, and also Metamorpho. How you felt about that whole part?
So I like the Pocket universe shit because, that was explained. That's what Bloodsport's power was from the Suicide Squads. He can go into like a pocket universe and pull out any weapon that he need or whatever. So that I thought that was fire, adding the Pocket universe shit. The way it looked was crazy. Seeing Metamorpho is crazy. You would not think that would be a character somebody would put on screen.
Is that the guy with the geodes?
Yeah. You wouldn't expect that. Like, even when I used to see him in the cartoons, I used to be like, man, what the fuck? The hell is this?
That's crazy.
James Gunn brought that shit. Him using it to put people in jail who just didn't like her ex-girlfriends and
right.
He's asking her in there. I like the fact that it was a Pocket universe, period, because he was just going from the president's office to his house. Like, he just had these pockets everywhere, which I thought was pretty cool. And then when I found out that it was like he had a jail in there, I was like, damn. I was more curious about who he had locked up in there. And I wish they would have, I'm sure in the spoilers or Easter eggs, I could probably figure it out. But I thought that was pretty dope. Like, because he had superhumans in there or metahumans, and he also had regular people he just ain't F with. Like, right. I'm sending you away to a Pocket universe. Nobody's ever going to find you. Like, he like, F with me if you want. You going to be in a Pocket universe. So I thought that was funny.
He had ex-girlfriends, people who wrote bad articles about him, like random people. Then he said people, I guess other country leaders the people who didn't like them, they put him in Pocket Universe too. It was like,
He was written that junk out like Lex Luthor is a super villain.
Yes, he was written it out. Yeah,
he was a real life human super villain.
Yeah, Clark was lucky. Lois didn't have Pocket Universe technology. That's hilarious. So we see that he used the baby and to hold on to have Metamorpho do his thing. He finally does let him out or help him get out. And then we see Terrific, like we said, and they come and they have this whole big scene in the river, more comic booky at that point. Josh, how you felt about the actions inside of the Pocket Universe?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I knew what's my man, the Changeling name again?
Metamorpho.
Metamorpho,
yeah.
When Metamorpho was eventually going to help him, because like it's Superman, he's like literally the only person who can help save your son. What's his name, Joey or something like that. But it's like he was scared, like how Chloe was talking about. The farmer must have been when he gave up the money, and I'm like, no, it's more of us than them. By the way, that Pocket Universe jail reminded me of the Ant-Man one in the cartoon, so I thought that was dope too. But yeah, so it was interesting how he had it with the Proton River. Like I thought that was interesting. So, apparently, if human beings or any other, I guess creature went in there, they would dissolve. But Superman was able to live somehow. I don't know. And then the whole baby down the river, like surely the baby got something splashed on him, some proton splashed on him. Like, come on, that part was a little. Again, like you said, a little cartoonish, a little comic book. I had to suspend my disbelief.
You have to movie a lot. I'm gonna say that.
I was wondering if because
yeah, I didn't like how the baby looked.
The baby was funny to me because the faces the baby was making was hilarious. I was looking at it, but I was like, maybe the baby didn't get affected because he is like the elements. It's not just a regular baby. He's like an element baby. So maybe the Proton River thing didn't. And I thought it was clever for James Gunn to be like, Gunn. To be like, hey, the guy Elemental, he's like, I can't hold my baby and fly at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to put his trust in. And that was fire because he closed the loophole of that because I'm like, why the hell he can't just take his own baby? Like I can't take the baby and fly at the same time. So it gave it a reason for Superman to have to do all of that. And like I was saying, how he don't know his powers set all the way because Superman could have just flew out of there with the baby, right? Why didn't he just fly away?
He was getting beat up by Lex's guards.
Oh, okay. So he was weak. So he had to use his breath.
He was already weak from the kryptonite. Yeah, and then he was getting beat up too.
Okay, it was cool. I like that whole scene, like how he brought Superman back to life by putting his elements together to make a fake sun to heal him just enough. Like I thought that was genius. Like I really thought that was genius, and I also thought like Luthor is genius by stealing that man baby because initially I was like, what's going to keep him in there? And then they looked over, it's like, oh, the baby with some guy.
Some random guy. And he was like waving at him. He was like,
he's a random dude. I'm like, yo. That was wild. That was wild.
So, I mean, they finally do get out, and Lois takes them back home in Terrific ship. So we get Ma and Pa Kent. We got them several times in other movies and stuff like that. So, how did you feel about the parents in this movie? Let me go with Josh since you're already on mute, Chloe.
My first question was, how did she know where to go?
Okay, maybe Clark told her. Maybe
I thought he was like knocked out or passed out at that point.
Okay, I'm not sure.
So that was interesting. And then it was interesting because of course they're dating, so meeting the parents is always going to be a bit awkward. So I love that element of realism in there, and it's not that weird as weird as I thought it would be. It was more it was a lot of nurturing and elements of showing how Clark's foundation, because again, he wasn't raised by his parents on the Message, his birth parents. He was raised by his adopted parents in Kansas. Mm-hmm. So again, middle of America, probably as blue collar as you could get. And if you, in my personal experience, the majority of the world is blue collar. So if you have a blue collar experience growing up, I feel like you have a certain understanding of humanity. So I think that was the perfect way for Clark to grow up with these very humble parents.
E, how you felt about the mom pop kid in this movie?
Whew. They was extremely country for me. Like,
yeah, me too.
I didn't know he was go like that far country with the parents and stuff like that. And the mom seemed a little ditzy.
Yeah, they seemed a lot older than they normally are. I like now for Man of Steel. I did like when they had Diane Lane and Kevin Costner as the parents in that movie, and I think they worked a little better than these parents.
Right, but I get what James Gunn was doing by everybody. Parents don't look like movie stars.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know what I'm saying? So it definitely made sense. It definitely made sense.
Yeah, Daniel wants to ask about what we thought about Lex killing the hot dog stand guy. I guess we talked about that a little bit, but I thought it showed how far he would go to get what he wanted. But I thought it was also not dope how he was like, damn, I thought it would be take more time. All right, let's try again. I thought that show how villainous Lex was.
Right. That motherfucker meant business. When you shot son in the head, I was like, yeah, this nigga ain't playing.
Yeah. And I like how the Baravian president was there just like laughing about the whole thing the whole time too. I kind of like that. I think that whole scene was pretty dope. And I like Lex the whole time again. Even when the Baravian president like comes to the universe and Lex got a donut for him. Yeah, I got you a donut. I thought you might like it. And at first I thought it was like a trick to kill him. He was like, no, it's got him a donut. Like I thought it was just like cool little touches or whatever. And then Lex was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna put that donut stand when I get to country. I think a little stuff like that just showed this like these different parts of Lex, even though he's just a villain altogether. Like that.
Yeah, like he fucked with that guy. That guy.
He was like, yo, it's a good ass donut. Remember you saw that part?
Yeah, he liked that damn donut.
Yeah, he did. So I thought that was.
And then the fact Ultraman was holding that shit. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, right. He talked about the Ultraman passing out donuts. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It made me want a donut. I ain't gonna front watching the movie. But Glaze especially. But next it was a glazed donut in the movie. It made me want a donut.
Yo, pause. Like, chill out, man.
Like with some shit on it.
Anyway, but he does heal up at home, and then he, Lois dips because of the part where Miss Tessmacher, we already talked about that. But he gets called back because Lex is like, listen, we gonna get him back some kind of way. So if I gotta destroy the whole pocket universe, destroy the world, I don't care. What I gotta do, we're gonna get him back so we can kill this dude, whatnot. Meanwhile, we got this war popping off in Baravia and Juniper, and Superman gotta choose where to go. And Terrific says, you gotta come here first, ain't gonna be no world. Oh, before I get to that, Chloe, how did you feel about the mom and pop kid?
Okay, so I got a lot of family from the South. So it was funny because they reminded me of like my family down South, like very kind and, but also, I don't know. I feel like the other Superman, his parents were more attractive.
He just said that. Yeah.
And younger. So I wasn't expecting them to look like that. I was expecting them to be country as hell, but I was not expecting them to look like that, like old, not just old, but just like overweight, and they just look like that Superman's not their son. I don't know, which I thought was weird, but I accepted it because I liked the dialogue that he had with the son and stuff, but they didn't fit the stereotypical vision of what I thought his parents would be like. Like I knew they was gonna be country, but I didn't know they was gonna look like that. Because they look like straight up like old country bumpkins. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, Josh, because they say he landed 30 years ago here as a baby. And he looks about 30 in the movie. So I don't really know. But
he's supposed to age much slower than that. That's the issue I have.
Oh, you said the issue you had. I got you. Okay, yeah. Also, it would have been cool to close point in that final scene, which when he shows the parents when he was a baby, maybe showed them younger. They showed like the same people, but just like had a wig on. They could have showed like a younger people or like a different cast or something like that. Like they still look old as hell. Or whatever.
Yeah, because Superman's parents were like they were country, but they were like, cool. Yes. I don't know. I did not expect them to be like that. Like, it's on the box. Like, even if they, who I was thinking of, like a Reba or somebody like that, like country, but not super simple. But even if they were simple, they I don't know. It just, it ain't fit my schema of what I know.
Yeah.
Maybe but that was the thing. I thought they couldn't have children, and that came from the sky. Like, that's why they raised him, because they didn't. He
was like, I don't know how to use this doggone phone. She was real country over there, like.
And it's okay if she was country, but I wanted her to be younger or like more attractive. Like,
I agree. I can see
Superman dad was like a bump on the log. Like, I don't know. It was that his parents were just too. You know how in Superman, how she looks different in different different renditions of Spider-Man. She looked different.
Mm-hmm. Well, she keeps getting younger, and
yeah, she does. She keeps getting younger. So I mean, I don't know. Did it change the movie for me? No, but it just was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. With the Tom's up, man. Yeah. Yeah, Martha. That's what he said. Martha bent over yelling into the phone. Yeah. I like the scene with him and his dad, though. I think it worked for the movie, especially because he was all like, worried about what his actual parents' message said. But I think that kind of helped them out. And his mom was like, "I got your boots ready," and like the fact that she got them all ready for him, I thought that was pretty cool. And then he goes back to work. Now, this war over there in Barovia or whatever like that. In the trailer, when they showed the little kid putting the flag up and stuff like that, and they were all calling his name, I thought it was dope. I'm not gonna lie, I was mad he wasn't the one to save them. I'm gonna lie, bro.
I was too, yo. Something about that seemed empty. Yeah,
right.
I got the point of them saying like, he got other heroes that help that he trusts, and they'll get the job done, but. That did seem a little empty.
Because there was so much buildup, and they're all calling his name.
Right.
The little boy is there. I mean, even at the very, very last minute, had him be the one. I don't know. Josh, how you felt about the way they settled that war over there?
Yo, to be fair, I agree with everything y'all saying, and it makes a lot of sense. I guess as I was viewing it, I viewed it as there's such a minimal threat to Superman that even the Justice Gang could easily vanquish them. Like perhaps many metahumans could have easily did that because they're metahumans.
Sort them up,
you know what I'm saying? It's not like it's the U.S. Army. It's not like they have drones or Air Force. They're just on the ground army type of thing. So I think it would have been a lot easier for them. And again, I guess that was the theme of Superman, right? And that's what he said to him. Well, we'll get to that point later. But the whole point is that you have a team that you can trust. That was the theme that James Gunn was putting throughout the film. So I thought that was smart to keep it like that.
For me, anticlimactic a little bit. You know what I mean? And also,
no, I get it because normally, right? He'd win there and then passes a speeding bullet so we could actually see his power. So I get that. That would have been great.
Yeah. And also it made it seem like the Baravian dude was like not smart, because as soon as Green Lantern he's like, they're like, "Oh my God, we're not prepared for metahumans." I'm like, Superman not the only one. So you're not prepared for nobody else? It's like a whole bunch of them at this time. So y'all can't beat but just these guys with sticks and stones, what's the point? You know what I mean? But I don't know. Chloe, you saw the movie. How did you feel about how they set up the war between the two countries over there?
I like the suspense because I was like, oh my God, like Superman has to make a choice. He either has to go over there and save these innocent people, or he has to save the entire world. And then, they wanted him so bad to come save them. So I thought it was a great storytelling, because as the audience member, I'm like, yo, what's he about to do? Because he don't got time to do both. And so, which is why I like the fact that he wasn't the one to go over there and save them, but his team did, which also was a important, I guess, moment in the movie, because Lex Luthor, he didn't have a team. He just had people that worked with him. So I'd like the fact that even though Superman, because remember too, because Green Lantern was talking that stuff to Superman. He like, oh, you an alien, you came here, and Superman like, oh, chill. So even though they weren't riding for him, because remember, the only person that rode for him was Mr. Fantastic. I mean, Mr. Terrific. And so, you know, so the fact that they and Mr. Terrific, if you notice, he was still riding with Superman because he knew Superman was the only one who could fix the problem.
Right.
He ain't call on Green Lantern to help.
No.
So I feel like Mr. Terrific aligned himself properly with Superman, and then he let the B League go handle a B League problem. Like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant handling the big problems. You know, y'all could go over there, the second string, and handle this little tiny problem with humans. They were just fighting people with machinery. Like, it wasn't like they were going over there to fight the aliens.
And Rick wasn't doing nothing at that point either. They was just like waiting for Superman to do stuff.
Exactly, but they couldn't because they're the underdog. So the Green Lantern and the Hawk Girl, and it was just them two that went over there, right?
Metamorpho went to, they joined the group at that point.
Oh yeah, and the Rock dude. So you feel me? So I felt like that was perfect. And then it kind of spoke to that in that scene where Superman was just chilling, talking to Lois, and they was out there fighting. He's like, yo, that's just the intergalactic being. Like, they got that. Like, that's beneath me. I got other things to worry about. They can handle that. So I felt like that was kind of setting it up for them to go help the people in need, right? And I think also it helps that country understand, like, Superman's not your only hero, but Superman, you know, he got bigger problems to solve, but he got y'all. So I thought that was really dope.
Yeah, I think it's dope, but I think I could have did without the flag and all that stuff. That made it
that was to put into your head that Superman has to make a decision. You feel me? Like, that was
he don't see the flag from where he at.
No, he did. If he watched the TV, he did see the flag.
Oh yeah, you're right. On TV, he did.
On TV, the kid like, yo, please, Superman, we need you. And Superman like, well, damn, because remember, Superman, the only reason he knew. He didn't know about the world opening up. He had just woke up. He ate his box, he ate his Wheaties, and he just chilling, talking to his dad. His mom like, yo, I think they need you on TV. You know, this war about to happen. And then next thing he about to go do that. And then Mr. Terrific like, yo, chill, like, you got to come here because there ain't going to be nobody to save if you don't come here.
So I think to Josh's point about the powers, maybe he don't know how fast he is yet, because realistically, he could do both. like Superman and other iterations, stuff like that. And maybe it's just too early to know how fast because Superman he races the Flash in comic books. He wins.
Really? He wins against the Flash?
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they haven't raced several times. He don't win every time. I think Flash wins more times, but Superman wins sometimes. He gets the Flash. Like, he flies and Flash runs, and they race like straight. And they see who wins.
That's crazy. See, I don't even know. And I think that's probably also like meant to be, because I don't even know all of Superman's powers.
Yeah.
So, exactly. So I'm about to Google that. Has he won a fight? Yeah. Has he won?
That's a great point, Mike. But I think this is like Jordan passing to Steve Kerr. You know what I mean? It's just you going for championships. That's all.
Yeah. So I get it. But we do see that, Hawkgirl does decide to James Gunn to kill the leader of Baravia. She don't play around. She said, I'm not Superman and whatnot. And she kills him. How you feel about that choice, Josh, from James Gunn?
I thought that was the perfect thing to do for the story. To add genuine stakes. And as James Gunn said, when people are dead in his universe, they're going to be dead permanently. So we, like I said before, this is the same studio that created Game of Thrones. So to have that element of jeopardy, I think is going to be great for the story. And you won't know who's gonna die next time, which is good.
Yeah. Hold on. He actually sent a link to another phone. Let me see. 1 second. Yeah, I agree with that. And the fact that she's gonna be they're gonna be in Peacemaker season 2. Parts of it. I said like Hawkgirl and Green Lantern. And
Nice.
Peacemaker, that's your super rated R. So I feel like it was showing that there's certain superheroes, Superman, Batman, quote unquote, who won't kill you, but some like, no, we will kill you. call it a day like that. So yeah, I thought that was cool. Now we get to fight with Ultraman, Superman, and the Engineer. And she puts the nanotech in his lungs. He's got to fly all the way up to the top of the Earth atmosphere and fly down. Chloe fucked about that fight with those three and how that was going on. I can't hear Chloe. You're mute.
You're muted, Chloe.
I said that was wild. That was mad wild. So when she did that, I felt like they underestimated him multiple times in the movie, and that was like the greatest moment because he's smart. Because remember when Lex Luthor was like, "Brains always beat brawn." Like, bro, Superman's smart. He not a no dummy. That's why he works as a reporter, so he's smart. So he knew. Because initially I thought he was just gonna go all the way up into the atmosphere, and then she couldn't breathe. Like her oxygen would be depleted. But he said, no, F that. I'm going to go as far up as I can and then come all the way back down. So I thought that was dope because I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think he was going to free fall back into the earth. Like, man, F this. Like, and he flew up there, not seeing. He just knew, I'm going up and you can't survive, but you're going to die when I come down. So I'm surprised she survived. I didn't think that she would survive. I thought that was crazy.
Hot armor for another show. She's gonna be on a movie. That's what
but also, I wonder in the next movie. My question was this: because she told Lex, "I can't go. He's gonna kill me. I need to let go now." And Lex was like, "Well, no, don't do it." So I wonder if when she comes back to conscientiousness, is she gonna change her mind? And be like, man, he let me die out there. Like, I'm over here, I sacrificed my life, and you gonna tell me to just die? So maybe Superman knocks some sense into her for the next movie. That's my thought. Because how you going? Lex don't care about nobody. He don't care about his girlfriend. He threw the pencils at her. He cares about no one. He's literally a person who cares about himself, and that's it. So it's gonna be interesting to see his villain even get deeper because now. Number one, well, we'll get to that part, but I think that he's gonna lose all his team, and he's gonna really have to be a supervillain alone because he basically biting all the hands that feed him or that help him.
Josh, how you thought about that action sequence?
Yeah, I agree with everything Chloe said, and I really love the fact that he went to the highest point that he can feel the sun, which gives him the most power before doing what he was going to do. And I love the timing of it as well to demonstrate the magnitude of the scene, but also the extent of his powers and how fast he can fly as well. So I thought that was very clever the way they did that. And I don't think they dragged it out either. It's just like how Chloe said, you didn't know quite what he was doing until he got like I knew he was going to the highest point, right? The apex and getting that sun. But I didn't know if he was going to stop. But as soon as he started going down, like, oh yeah, he's not going to stop. And I'm curious to see who's going to survive. And of course, the alerts went out the alerts went off when the other guy got up. I was like, interesting. Like at first, when you first see, was it Ultraman?
Yeah.
He's, you think he's a robot because of the exterior. Then later scene, you see someone's in the suit. I'm like, okay, Iron Man-esque a little bit. But certain things you're doing that a human being couldn't do. So it's like you're an enhanced human being with armor. So it's like, and you get to see more of his powers the more the fight goes on. So I thought led up to what you're about to get to soon.
Yeah, he thought about the Engineer, her nanotech, how she put it in his lungs.
I thought that was crazy. It made me start thinking of Venom. It looked nasty. It made my skin itch a little bit. Yeah, they was doing, they was getting them. They was getting them. I was trying to figure out, like, even because he don't breathe when he's in space, but he
Yeah.
can stay in space for for as long as he wants. So I felt like, what was that really going to do? Like, I wonder why they thought that was going to kill him.
Weren't they? They were going to explode it from the inside. That was the whole point. They were trying to explode his lung.
Okay.
So the point was for her to get in there and then like blow up while she was in there.
Okay.
But she couldn't do it because she had to hold on for dear life because he was flying so fast. She didn't know what to do. She like, I'm about to die. Like, am I supposed to? So she got kind of flustered. And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. And also showed, speaking of powers, like that first time they grab him in Terrific, he's knocked out. Terrific from like hitting the baseball field. So it shows like he's human. And so it's, again, you can see like the difference between, the people.
Yeah, it shows his durability compared to Clark's. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I think you always show, the difference in that situation. And stuff. And then we get, like the Josh said, we get the reveal that Ultraman is a clone that Lex created, and they use that clone to get inside the Fortress of Solitude. And then they have their fight while Lex is talking to him. Josh, you can go. How you felt about that fight with him and Ultraman?
When I seen that, that's when I said to myself, this is why DC has the best villains. That plan is absolutely perfect, and it's exactly what Lex would do. Like, Lex would dedicate his whole life just for the opportunity to do that. And I love that he pulled it off. He kept it a secret as much as he could. It explained why Ultraman had that suit. Because I'm like, you don't need it, but all right, whatever. So it was kind of thing that it was a great reveal because something didn't sit right. And then it made all the sense in the world. So I was very proud to be a DC fanboy when I saw that.
Chloe, how you felt about the reveal of his clone in the fight there?
I was like, oh, wow.
It made sense to you.
Oh, wow. Because I'm like, can't nobody be Superman but himself? So I was looking at it more like a esoteric type of thing. Like he was battling himself the whole movie. Emotionally, too. Because he was like, who am I? Like, because think about it. His whole life, he had an identity that he thought, like, my parents dropped me off here. I'm an orphan. I have a real set of parents here, but my biological parents, they saved my life and they sent me with this message. Then he finds out that wasn't a whole message. So he like, damn, maybe I am a supervillain. But then he had to lean back into his purpose and like who he was. And that's why the talk with his dad, when his dad's like, no, you are the culmination of your decisions. You're not your parents. Like you are your decisions. And then we get to the end where it's like, damn, he was fighting himself emotionally. Like, who am I? His girlfriend questioned him. Everybody questioned him. He questioned himself. Then get to the end. And guess who it is? It's himself, who's actually the bad version of himself. So for him to be fighting a version of himself that's actually an evil version, it empowered him even more. The fact that he's not evil. And the fact that he is a good person, and the fact that there are actually evil people, so evil that they would take a clone of him from blood that he lost. Yo, Lex Luthor is a menace. He collected all the blood from all the battles. You feel me? Made a clone and then made the clone into basically a human avatar, a video game character, and was controlling that thing. So he was evil. Like, so for Superman to see this, could you imagine fighting a version of yourself that's evil? Like, and Superman thought he might be evil, then he seen a real evil version. He like, nah, I ain't evil. You gotta go.
Right.
So I feel like that like empowered him even more. So I thought that was like when he unmasked, I was like, damn, that's why he was beating him up, because he was fighting.
Yeah, that's why he was able to stick with him, doing him like that.
Yeah, how you felt about the reveal and the fight and stuff?
I would have preferred a better bad guy, you know what I mean? But I'm wild like that. So it wasn't bad for me though. It wasn't bad. I just felt like, me, I'm ready for the high stakes and the crazy shit. The
first movie.
I know. But you know what I signed up for? The fantastic bullshit. But yeah, nah, I still respected how it was done though. I liked it. It was a good touch. It showed you that, you know, like again, watching Superman for the first time fight somebody with strength just like him. Because it's more people out there in the DC universe that is strong like that can do that. What he was just facing. That might have a better fight IQ too, with the shit that be going on. So that I think that was good training. That was good.
I like that. The reveal was dope. How he did it was dope. I like the fact that he studied all Superman's fighting patterns so he could know exactly, you know, what to do when he's fighting him. That's why he knew all the codes to press. I like when he was talking to Superman and writing it down. So he was like distracting him. And he was like,
Yeah.
the crew was like taking up stuff like that. I love that part or whatever. There's a lot of Lex I like. A lot of this movie stuff like that. I thought it was good. Chloe, I know you say Superman's smart. He's a reporter, or whatever like that. But it does show me the difference in like his intellect and like Batman. Because I think Batman would have been figured out he was a clone. He's a well-spirited detective for a reason.
I mean, Batman would have figured that once you would have opened the access to the
he would have been figured that a long time ago. I think Superman is not stupid, but he's not on that.
He ain't no detective though either, bro.
No, he's not a detective. He's a reporter. I mean, I think he would have figured it out. I mean, reporters are kind of detectives, but like Batman got time. Like Superman, he got a job. Like Batman don't have no job.
I agree.
Superman literally has to go to work every day. So why he don't got? First of all, if you're Superman, you ain't never get your butt kicked ever in your life until 3 days ago. Okay, you like your whole existence killing aliens and fighting people. You ain't never get no work. You just and then you doing it easily, right? Because the way they made it seem was like oh, alien, blah blah blah. Like, oh, I'm the hero. He had to put in no work. You not thinking nobody breaking into your house ever?
Well, I'm
not thinking nothing.
I think the reason why when they work together, they work well because he's more the brawn.
But not only that, Superman ain't come from trauma. Batman grew up in trauma. Somebody killed his parents in front of him. So of course he gonna be looking suspicious at everything. That's the whole point of Superman. Superman is innocent because look at his parents. He grew up in the South. He don't know no city slick of life. Batman grew up in New York. That's like the difference between somebody who grew up in New York and somebody who grew up in
you feel me? Gotham is right next to New Jersey, so yeah.
Batman grew up in a hood. Okay, and then his parents got murked in front of him.
Yeah,
and not in a violent way. It wasn't his parents had no
wait. Batman lived in Wayne Manor.
He lived in Wayne Manor, but he grew up in the North.
He grew up in Wayne Manor.
He grew up in the North. So when his parents went to events, they took him to New York City. And so he was exposed
Gotham, but yes.
To Gotham, yeah. But he was exposed to seeing people who had less than him, right? If you're a person, like we grew up in New Jersey in this area. So we know the city. You've seen, homeless people, you've seen drug addicts, you've seen prostitutes, you've seen all these things probably from the time you were born, just getting home. Or even if you're wealthy, you still have to drive through these neighborhoods because it's not a country town. So the fact that Superman, he grew up on some farm, he ain't never seen no big city. He's a country boy. He outside with his shoes off eating cornflakes. Like that is a completely different life than Batman. And probably he moved to the big city, the Big Apple, whatever, Metropolis. It got him a job. He messing with a city girl. This is all new to him. So he doesn't even expect people to be bad. He don't even expect nobody to be bad. He fights aliens. He fights, creatures, but he's not expecting like a human being to collect his DNA and make a clone, break into his house, take his dog. He ain't expecting none of that.
I mean, if you knew Lex Luthor, I would expect all that, even as
my question is
only because of the character Lex. I'm not saying anything you're saying is wrong, Chloe, but based upon that information alone, you don't need to be a genius to figure that out.
But what I'm saying is in this timeline, but in the timeline where we're at, does he know that Lex Luthor is bad? Or is this the revealing that Lex Luthor is his op? Like
I feel like this is more of a kind of a reveal.
Recurrence.
Yeah, it's a reveal.
I felt like it was a reveal because that after we're but I feel like it was a reveal because after shit got found out, the look Lex gave him And the way Superman's face straightened up when he realized his eyes was telling him, this ain't gonna stop right here. This is you. I don't know if y'all paid attention to the look, but he had tears coming down his eyes, and he stopped and he looked right in Superman's face, and he did the villain aim, like nigga, you done fucked up now. Like I'm really on your head now. And Superman went from the smug look, like yeah, I got you, to oh
I wasn't
shit.
trying to. I'm saying even in general, like even when Superman for 30, 40 years, he's just not as smart as Batman. Like I can see, like when
He is smart. He just don't have to be like Batman is a tech guy, right? And he's a detective. And this is Batman's whole. That's his thing. That's his passion. So of course he's gonna be smarter in detective stuff. Like Lex Luthor was fighting Batman. He's not gonna pull a Superman on him. You feel me? He could do something else. But because he studied who Superman is, and he knew that it was a surprise attack. This whole thing was a surprise attack. You can't surprise attack Batman.
No. Okay.
So my whole thing is this. It's like, I'm not going to say Superman's dumb because he's far from dumb.
I didn't say it was dumb. I just said I can see why, like, when they're together, Batman is the one who's like, all right, I'm going to figure this out, and then you go stop it. Because I feel like that it's like, because I feel like, again, the clone, I figured out the clone when he went inside the thing. I was like, okay. Ultraman's got to be a clone because
I thought it was tech. It was tech. I didn't know that. I thought Superman door opened because of tech. I didn't expect it to be like DNA sequencing.
My DNA opens the door.
When did he say that in the movie? He said it after they broke in.
The
first time he opened the door, the first time the door was open was when the dog barked at it. So I'm thinking it's just like, you walk up to your door, it recognizes you, you get in. I didn't know it was some DNA stuff attached to it. I didn't until he opened up, until they revealed the supervillain. The dude that was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. It's the DNA.
Yeah. And then another part too, when he finally figured, he's like, oh, you talking to him through these little robots that's around.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he was talking to him through? They've been there the whole time.
He never saw them. When did he have a chance to see those?
I want to know where Clark's investigative journalism is.
There we go. That's what I want to know.
So the same way Batman is a detective, Clark, we should be seeing you being more investigative. And maybe because of this loss here, he'll start doing it in the future, be a better investigative reporter. I think that'll be great.
And that's where the lack of Clark in the movie, because Clark does have some good investigative journal skills and other iterations, but we don't have any Clark in this movie. So I feel like that's where kind of the lack shows up a little bit, to me.
For me, it kind of was like he didn't have to investigate. Like, yo, if you go, just like he had to learn how to do an interview with himself. Like, if you don't have to do anything, you don't develop skills, right? Okay. The reason why Batman has so many skills because he had to. But Superman been chilling. He's a freaking alien. He literally is like an alien that lands on this planet, and he's literally the best. He's the best. Ain't nobody ever challenged him. He doesn't have the world is his smorgasbord. That's why his parents sent him there. He looks attractive. He can do whatever he wants. He's saving things. He's beating up people. His whole job is to save humanity in his eyes. He not thinking he got no villains or no ops. Because why would anybody? And my nephew said this too. My nephew was like, why does he hate him so much? And I was like, it's not logical. So Superman really looking like, yo, why I got a hater? Like, why is somebody doing this to me? I didn't do nothing but help people. So why is somebody doing this? And that's so relatable. But that's people, it's life, but that's something that we all go through. And that's why it was relatable for me. Because I'm like, I never, you growing up, you think you're being nice. You think you're a good person. You saving people. Then your girlfriend asking you, coming at you, and that's why he got so mad. Like, what are you talking about? I'm saving people. And she's like, well, what about this? And then you got this other dude who spent his whole life to ruin you.
Yeah.
So why? Like, ain't no real reason except for the fact that
well, let me cut you off. So when he does go inside and they finally kill the clone, he goes, they get to Lex's fortress, which is now in the air, and Lois has posted the article. Well, Jimmy did inside the ship, but posted the article revealing that Lex was in cahoots with a whole other bad country, all this other stuff. And they have this back and forth speech. And Lex does say, I hate you. This is why I did it. I'm always going to hate you. Blah, 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 blah. and then it kind of Crypto beats up Lex. So how you
That
felt
was
about
hilarious.
that? Let me go to Josh. How you felt about that whole part in that ending scene, Josh?
Yeah, that reminded me of Hulk and Loki and Avengers, but
It did.
Lex wasn't a god or Asgardian, so he was getting chipped. That's why you see all that blood on his head. I was like, damn, that hurt. And then you know what? Similar to Superman in that moment, I genuinely pitied Lex. Like, oh damn, you little twerp.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like you got what you deserved. You thought you were too clever, but you weren't. So these are your consequences. It is what it is.
Yeah. E, how you felt about that when Crypto was chipping up Lex?
Man, I loved every bit of that shit. I mean, like, that shit was hilarious. The screams, the yells, the way he was holding his arm, the way the people was moving out the way watching, like, yo. I even think one of them niggas was laughing at him. Like, that shit was crazy as hell. I thought that shit was perfectly executed, man. And for real, what do you expect? Nigga, you kidnapped Crypto. Crypto ain't forget that shit. It's a fucking superpowered dog. I wouldn't even be fucking around. Dogs is dangerous now, regular. A superpowered dog? I'm not fucking around. This boy tripping. He tweet.
You know what, Chloe? You said a lot of those people, because a lot of them was like not happy with Lex and still trying to destroy the whole country inside of his fortress. So they probably not gonna be down with him when he got out of jail, or if he got out of jail. Probably. But you know who will be down? I think Otis, the black dude. He rolled for Lex.
That black dude.
He rolled for Lex the whole time.
Yeah. He was rooting.
Yeah,
So I think he loved him some Lex.
I think he might be want to help him get out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see that happening at another part. But how you felt about the ending scene there, that part?
I thought it was genius because he needed his butt whooped. Like somebody needed to punch Lex Luthor in the face, and I was looking at Superman going to do it because I'm like Superman was because I felt empathy for Lex, even though he was the bad guy. At that point, I felt empathy, like Josh was saying, and I think Superman also felt empathy because he like, dang, like you ever see somebody do something so crazy, like, dang, you really had a messed up life, like. But you still tried to mess me up, so I'm not going to beat you up because I'm above that. Like, and then it was funny because Crypto was like, "It ain't above me," so so I thought it was like perfect timing because Superman ain't have to do that because Superman chose, but Crypto was like, "Nah, like it might be above him, but it ain't above me. You took me hostage. I'm whooping that butt." So I thought that was hilarious because I didn't expect it, but it was what I needed in that moment, and it was funny, and it was also like it kind of broke the serious moment too, and it gave you what you wanted. So I thought it was a genius scene.
Why are you disappointed, Daniel?
I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. Like, damn.
Let's gotta infuse his DNA with Clark. Only way he'll ever be happy. Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
John.
He wants to console. Didn't he say something like it's getting a little weird? Like your obsession with me getting a little weird?
He did. Inside the jail, he said that. Yeah.
And he said tall, dark, and Martian man is tight.
Not my type. Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
He might have a little crush on him though. Now that I'm thinking about it, he might.
That last look he gave him. The only thing he want to do is crush that nigga. Crush him.
Now.
Let's get out of jail. I promise you. It's gonna be some.
Yeah, he getting out of jail.
You see where he going though? That shit ain't gonna be no cakewalk.
He going where Amanda Waller at?
Right. He going where them other motherfuckers that don't play at.
He gonna come out harder and more vengeful. That's why I said I think this is the beginning of the Lex Luthor. Because now we have motivation of why he really wants to destroy him because he made him cry. Yeah. So before it's like, haha, I got you. I put all this in here, and then Superman still won. And now he like, oh, you made me cry. I'm gonna get you even worse. So like now we really have that character motivation. And if he was that mean, and Superman,
once that Justice League is formed, he might as well just fall back.
I want to see the Justice League. That was funny to me too. At the end, when the other guy was the Green Lantern was like,
He
was like, you can't be in the group. He's a little. He's not good for optics.
He said, "Oh, like, Justice Gang, that sounds fire." He was like,
"Good name." He's like,
"All right." You're in.
He's like, "The vote, you in."
You in
for the name. That was hilarious. It's a good movie.
Yeah. And then at the end, we see not the end, but we see Superman go down to Lois, and they wind up sneaking off for a fake interview, and they wind up kissing. But then Jimmy, the chief was like, "How long they been hooking up?" And Jimmy, like, we think about 3 months. And everybody know they hooking up already. Apparently,
Right.
They don't get everybody. You seen that? We thought about that part.
When she jumped up and wrapped around Jimmy, you talking about? Or you talking
about
the
fact that they all know they're all hooking up already, Jimmy.
All right, so I mean, you couldn't hide that shit. That shit, you're going literally around the corner. Both of y'all are dipping off. He got that bright ass suit on. You talking about, let me get you an interview. But I mean, that is their first interview though, right? Like saying it like that out in front of everybody. And the way that that guy looking, he looking like he knows something. What's the dude name? Was that Perry?
Perry White,
yeah. He be looking like he knows something. You seen him? He was like, he be peeping everything. That motherfucker peep everything.
You talking about the black guy?
He's a
reporter. He better know what's going on.
Yeah, he's a chief, so he been doing it for years. So he definitely
I see why though. That you ain't seen him? He was checking out everything, bro. Like he was literally like scanning shit.
Yeah.
And it was so funny when everybody was that other part was funny when the world was opening the black hole and he was just still sitting there. They was talking about
yeah.
He like, oh, you got the ship on the roof. All right, we good. Let's finish this.
Good, let's go. You, let's rock. That nigga said, why ain't I was hollering at the nigga that ain't had no seat. That was the only nigga screaming. That was the only nigga screaming, yo.
Josh. Well, let me get to the end of the movie now. So at the very end of the actual movie, it gets revealed that, as Chloe alluded to earlier, that Krypto is not Superman's dog in his universe. It's actually his cousin, Kara's dog, Supergirl, and she comes back to get her dog. And she's like, "Why you moved the door?" She's drunk from another planet, alluding to going towards her movie next summer, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So, Chloe, how you felt about that scene? Are you looking forward toward that movie?
That was the best scene. This movie was a bunch of great scenes, but I was dying because I know how it is to have a foster dog. And then you train the dog, and then when you give it back to its owners, it don't want to listen. So it's like I did all that work, and it was so funny because Superman was like, "Oh, this is where the bad habits come from." She let that dog drag her from one end to the other. It was cracking up laughing the whole time the dog was doing it. So giving him positive reinforcement because dogs are like kids. So he like, no wonder why this dog is bad and then she just came and got her dog and left. She didn't say thank you.
Nope.
She ain't say nothing. And they just took the dog. That was hilarious. But I'm happy that she's playing Supergirl, the chick from Game of Thrones. She's a great actress. So that was a nice that was really good.
Her movie next year?
Yeah, definitely. Because I didn't even know she was gonna play. And it's funny because didn't they tease Superman at the end of the last Batman movie in the cutscene? Oh yeah, that too. When they dropped Hawkgirl, when Hawkgirl dropped the dude.
Yeah, that was fire. That was fire. That's her character though. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like she ruthless. So
she ruthless. I ain't know nothing about that. But that was dope how she was like, I'm not Superman.
I'm not Superman. Yeah, and then you're dead. You're done. And you're not coming back.
Right. How you felt about the Supergirl tease and reveal that she's the owner of Krypto and all that stuff?
I loved it. I love the Easter egg. I love the fact that her movie is up next anyway, and I like that how he explained the suns and her party and going to different planets and going out there, and the reason why Krypto don't listen to him. It makes sense.
Yeah, it's not his dog.
Your damn dog.
Yeah. So that means we're gonna probably Krypto in her movie then, which probably with
Lobo.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do a backstory. That would be kind of cool if hers started like before she gave him Krypto to Superman.
Well, the thing is that her life and his life are not the same. Like, she grew up on Krypton, so she misses her planet. That's why she gets drunk like that.
Yeah, she remembers. She got
right. She remembers Krypton. So the fact that it's gone, she's that's why she gets drunk all the time.
She's older than him?
No, she's younger than him.
So how did she survive? How does that work? Because from what I remember, his parents shipped her. He was one of the people that left. He was the last, but he was like one of the last pods that left the planet. Remember?
I don't remember, but I know that she grew up there, and when it got destroyed, she got hurt.
So
she might be older. You might be right.
Like, hold up.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
I think she's older than.
It's weird though because he's older than her.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like he's older than her. Like I like what supposedly I feel like what their story was when he got shipped off Krypton.
She's older, right? Okay, she's older.
Yeah,
she's older.
It says, yes, Supergirl is technically older than Superman, but due to the nature of space travel and suspended animation, Superman reaches Earth and grows up first. So Kara Zor-El
is suspended animation, right? So she didn't grow at all. She didn't. She stayed whatever she was. When she
a teenager when she left. Yeah, so she was a teenager when Krypton exploded, and she was sent to Earth in a spacecraft before or at the same time as Superman.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But Superman got there first. Her pod was knocked off course.
Right.
Yeah, her pod was knocked off course.
In stasis or suspended animation because of this. She didn't age during her journey. It was delayed by decades. By the time she arrived on Earth, Kal-El had already grown up and become Superman.
Right. Yeah. So she was teenager so she remembers her planet. So she's
right. She remembered the customs, the parties, all that type of shit.
Right. So she misses them. This is why she's drinking like she is and still sad for her.
Right.
He like, listen, I don't know them. The fuck? That was your people and shit like that. So but
he called that nigga a bitch.
She did. She did. Josh, how you feel about a Supergirl tease? I'm excited for a movie next year.
Well, now that y'all say that, I was like, damn, she don't get the throne either in this one. Because if you think about Kal-El's message, what was her message? Surely he said her message is probably similar.
No.
That's interesting. Okay.
What's up, Tony? I don't know what her message was. If she had a message, she got different parents too. They're the same parents. So I don't know.
But yeah, that's interesting. But it'll. I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I think they'll stick the landing. I think it depends how involved James Gunn is. If he's going to be a Kevin Feige and a Russo brothers, I think that'll be a great combo for DC.
Yeah, I think actually DC's off for a good start. I ain't gonna lie.
He's not the director of the movie, but as long as he is, like you said, like on point with 100%. Same thing with Lanterns. I'm sure he will be.
He got to be Feige. Let's say it. He got to be. He got to be.
His idea for Batman lets me know he ready and he know what he doing. Yeah. The name of the saga. First of all, Gods and Monsters.
Yeah.
He already got a plan.
It's Batman. What is it called? Batman and
Brave and the Bold.
Yeah,
so this Batman is Batman, and he has his assassin son.
Damian Wayne, but that's being directed by Andy Muschietti, who directed the Flash movie. So I guess we'll see about that, but he should be still hands on about that. We had two uninteresting post-credit scenes, so they don't really.
Yeah, I wasn't off those. He could have did better.
What James said that he's not going to do that for DC. Have post-credit scenes to tease other movies. He said
that's fair.
Okay. He said he was forced to do that for Guardians 2. What's the character?
Marvel.
Huh?
With Marvel, you mean like Marvel forced him to do it?
Right. Well, who's the character in Guardians 2? The gold, in the gold thing.
Adam Warlock.
Right. He said he didn't want to do Adam Warlock yet.
Play.
Right. But he was forced to tease it, so he had to bring it out in part 3. But he didn't want to do that, so he's not doing that in his universe. He's not going to tease stuff that he might not want to do later on. And I think that's smart, actually. So, but you know what's funny too? He also said he learned how to make the flying scenes better by doing Adam Warlock and Guardians.
Yeah.
Like that. So that was really cool too.
That's what I'm saying. He took a lot of Marvel with him. So
yeah.
That shit.
But to answer Tony's question, how would y'all rate the movie? 1 out of 10. I'm gonna start with Chloe.
It gets a 10 out of 10 for me.
Wow, 10 out of 10.
This might be the first one I've said 10 out of 10, actually.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Josh?
10 toes down, 10 out of 10.
I gave it a solid 9. Like I said, I did have a lot of my gripes, but I think that's also part of the character of Superman in itself. But I think he stuck the landing, James Gunn, and I'm excited for the future. Like I couldn't have asked for more besides some continuity issues, but beyond that, solid.
10 out of 10 club. E, what you got?
All right, so I'm giving this bad boy 8.59. Yeah, 8.59, around there.
You gotta explain that one.
Yeah, and why?
All right, so for me, like I told y'all, I want more fantastic bullshit, and I'm real big on like the action. The action was good, but I didn't really care for the bad guys like that. Me personally, because I seen Superman fight harder shit, so I'm really excited for that. I didn't hate the action. I love the action. I didn't hate the bad guys. They just weren't my favorite bad guys like to use.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so that's where mine coming at with Gunn. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that 8.5, 9.
You wanted somebody shooting at him so you could see that he bulletproof.
All right.
Like a dinosaur, like pew 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 pew. pew.
Not a dinosaur, but I mean, like, I'm just saying.
You forgot where that's from, E-Money?
It's so many characters.
You forgot where the dinosaur with the guns came from?
What was that from?
Y'all know where that was from. E-Money favorite character in the whole world.
A dinosaur with a gun?
Right.
Pew 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 pew. Pew pew. You don't hear the sound effects? Pew pew pew.
I know I do. Oh, I know.
Who? What?
Your girl, E-Money.
Oh, I know you ain't talking about Star Wars shorty.
Yeah, Star Wars shorty.
Yeah, she was wrecking shit.
Reva her backflips.
Reva was wrecking shit. Yeah,
Everybody get her. Everybody was like, yo, that was the best episode I ever seen. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Like, what the hell? I was like the dinosaur couldn't even turn his head. He over there shooting a gun with his little
I heard they are thinking about making Obi-Wan season 2 E-Money, so you might be happy about that.
Yeah, they're making season 2.
I'm thinking about it, but I'm gonna go with Josh in a 9 out of 10. That's right, 9 out of 10. It's hard to get a perfect score for me, but this is 9 is the highest that I'll go. I have very, very small gripes, if any, but I was entertained so much, even more, like I said, the second time viewing it, and I felt good leaving the movie theater, and it just made it. It was great for me. So I'm gonna go with a 9 out of 10. Looking forward to the rest of the DCU and what's to come, starting with Peacemaker season 2. And now that this happened, and I know we're gonna have a lot of the Justice Gang and Peacemaker as well as Maxwell Lord, hoping this movie brings on more fans to Peacemaker, because Peacemaker season 1 was super good. So I'm hoping it brings people to Peacemaker season 2.
Hell yeah.
So
I'm hoping we see people like Brainiac and shit like that. You know what I mean? I want to see shit motherfuckers ain't do.
Also, forgot to mention he had a cameo in this movie Peacemaker too. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, he did. Was he in a show or something?
He was on a TV show. Yeah,
he was hating on Superman.
He was.
You ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. Superman.
Yeah, Anthony Tony gave it 9 out of 10. He did give it 9 out of 10.
I thought he said 10 out of 12 kicks.
Well,
so a 9 out of 10 is equivalent to 10 out of 12.
Exactly.
It's like
I have to use a conversion calculator. What is this?
What happened?
I was talking about Tony's rating. He gives 10 out of 12 kicks, but it means 9 out of 10. Apparently.
Wow.
The math ain't mathing.
It is not.
The math ain't.
It was funny. Every time he do a kick, he sound like Tommy from Power Rangers. It's super funny.
Wait, Josh, you got the nip up? You got that.
You gotta watch
Mike,
it.
Mike, you
gotta watch it.
Mike should have nip up.
You got the nip up, Mike. The nip up.
the nip up. Oh! I don't have it on to be able to play.
See, we was gonna give you a 10 out of 12 nip ups.
No, I don't have it, Josh. I lost my my phone because I lost that video. I don't have it no more. But it's
okay.
Man, you lucky, Tony. Don't worry, we'll start that off on the next review. That'll be the intro.
Again, Josh. You gotta say if you have it next time. But
you ain't see it, E-Money? Oh, it's so
his attempt at nip up.
It's the funniest. But I laugh so hard. But I laugh because he put 100% into that nip up, and it was.
No, the funny part is the grunt at the end. He's like, oh.
Yeah, oh. Tony would love you. I'm so happy that you would do that because it made my day. It's still
it did. And he was in dress shoes. Yo. Oh my God.
Wait, what did Tony say? Buy three things.
So I break down the movie by 3 things times 4. If it's 4DX, I always give it over rating. I'm so confused by this.
Yeah, we did see it 40X. So E-Money and Mike, I implore y'all to go see it in 40X because we've seen many movies in 40X, but this was by far the best.
Yeah.
You Superman, when he getting beat up, you getting beat up, bro. Like really getting beat up.
This year's Avatar, to see that in 4DX.
Nah, Avatar wasn't as good. Like didn't we see Avatar? We saw Avatar in 40X and it was not this good. No, Avatar.
Dune 2.
We saw Dune 2, we seen Avatar, we seen the Planet of the Apes movie. No, Superman is the only one. They don't even have Jurassic Park in 4D. I would like to see that. I wanted to see F1. F1 in 4D would have been lit, but they didn't have it in 4D. But I
thought they do have it in 4DX.
Nah, we tried.
Fantastic Four in it.
I'm sure
we don't know yet. We gotta see. You would think F1 would have been 4D, but it wasn't. But Superman 4D is the best. It's worth the money.
So Anthony said Sandy still thinks Avatar was better because she said had everything. At 4DX she's talking about.
Well, she liked it because it was about water, and she's a Pisces.
Sinners or IMAX? I don't know. I guess it would have been okay.
Sinners was made for IMAX. You have to watch what Ryan Coogler did specifically for specific screen. He talked about it.
I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna wait till Avatar. And that's it. I'm good on regular screens or screen I see stuff on. I'm good on that. Plus, I live too close to go see a 4DX movie.
Wait, F1. See, that's in Florida. They have it up here because it makes sense for Florida because Daytona racing and stuff. They like.
You sure y'all ain't wait too long? You sure the first week went?
No, because we were looking.
F1 is bro.
Everybody keeps saying it. Everybody keeps saying it.
Yeah. No,
maybe we should see it this week, babe. I want to see it while it's in the theater.
Yeah, it's as good as Superman. It's
Can we just pause and talk about the fact that there were no good movies for a long time?
3-4 months, maybe 5.
No, for me more than that. I have not seen a really, really a Superman level movie in a long time. You talking about a
comic movie?
Any movie that's this good. And now they got F1 that everyone is saying is good. They got Jurassic Park, everyone's saying is good. They got Superman, everyone's saying is good.
I saw Jurassic Park Rebirth twice as well.
That shit was trash.
It was mid.
That was better was trash. You call that mid?
Mid. Not trash, not great. I said mid.
Trash. You know what I mean? That shit was basura.
Really? It wasn't good.
F1 is way better though. Better.
That shit was basura. Yeah. Oh my!
I feel like the last good movie I saw before Superman was really great movie was Tom Cruise Top Gun. Maverick. Right. That was the last movie I left left the movie theater feeling
that was the director of F1.
Jurassic Park. They could.
Top Gun Maverick's better though. F1 is right there. Top Gun Maverick.
They could have gave everybody that money in the world. All the people that's homeless and all that, they should have gave that money out to all.
I'm happy that my man Mahershala got a chance to work because Marvel got him on the back burner, so he got a job at least. It makes some money.
Who, Mahershala Ali?
Yeah.
How was he in the movie?
Oh, he was good in the movie. He did his part. Mahershala Ali. He's a mercenary in the movie.
I mean, Marsha Ali's Marsha Ali, but the movie
Yeah.
was trash, so it didn't even.
The plot was kind of trash. He's right.
It
Well,
didn't.
the
It didn't
Jurassic
mean
Park.
nothing.
Yeah,
It,
like
it literally didn't mean nothing. That shit was stupid.
Well, I feel like they peaked with number one. You can't,
Oh, he's right. Bloodlines was good too. I like that as well.
Bloodline. See, I'm not into horror. I ain't watching no Final
You thought
Destination.
Bloodlines was good. It was alright.
Okay.
Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, but y'all both are right. The movies have not been great this year at all.
I was hyped
They
when I
haven't
left
been juicy.
Superman. I would see Superman again in the movies. Y'all know I don't see movies twice like that. Like, I would go see it again.
Yeah,
I'm ready for Fantastic Four. I'm ready.
I'm gonna see Bloodlines next week. I'm gonna see I Know What You Did Last Summer next week. Then I'm gonna go see Fantastic Four.
I saw your ballerina joint. I saw
Ballerina is a good movie. Like, it's not
Until Dawn.
Oh,
You
we
got-
still gotta see Mission Impossible.
Yeah, we still ain't see Mission Impossible.
I still ain't see Mission Impossible either. That's the only one I didn't see so far. I've seen everything else.
Did you see it, Mike?
I saw.
Yeah, I saw it. It's long. It's long.
Okay.
Mission Impossible it's not even the top 3 in the whole series, so it's hard for me to, because they got like 7 movies, but I think like 3 or 4 of them at least are better than this one. Like that last one, not this one. The last one was really, really good. This one kind of fell off a little bit to me.
Okay, that's fair.
But I like some of the characters in this movie. Like, they got a lot of, like, Mission Impossible become more and more and more diverse every time they make a movie. This was like
Okay.
diverse, but it's not one of the best ones, I would say. So,
And we ain't see the Thunderbolts.
you don't gotta see that. Well, it's on Disney Plus now. We'll see it on there.
Guess who is coming out this weekend? What movie? I'm so excited.
Oh.
Marvel Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. I'm so excited. It's coming out this weekend. Next week. This upcoming weekend.
Wait, what?
Spider-Man.
The movie?
Across the I'm telling you, I saw it when I went on Regal. Am I lying? Let me just make sure I'm not lying. Because I saw it. It was like by Regal Spider-Man. Let me see. Spider-Man new movie. Am I
what I think they're working on right now is Brand New Day. And that just started filming.
Why did I see the animated Spider-Man, y'all?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. You made that up though. Let me see.
Across the Spider-Verse. No, it's not it's the other one.
Beyond the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
Oh, it got delayed until June 4th, 2027.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I'm like, that's not coming out.
It got delayed. Are they?
It was supposed to come out in 2024 in March.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's 2 more years for that movie.
2 more years, guys. Maybe we'll take our baby.
They had to milk it. I guarantee that was because of Marvel made them do it.
Hell yeah, Marvel like, nigga, we doing Brand New Day. Cut that shit out.
Well, the crazy part, I think your Brand New Day comes out, I think, next year, right?
Well, it's shooting now.
Yeah. I guess next year.
Well, okay, guys. That was fake. That was fake news.
Oh, I was glad I saw the teaser because we were running a little bit late. I was like, I hope I don't miss that teaser trailer, but I was good. I saw it.
Yeah.
Josh was like this on the way to the movie theater. It's like,
oh, so it was your fault? It was your fault y'all were late, Chloe?
Well, I didn't. No, it wasn't necessarily only my fault, but we weren't really late. We weren't really.
Who might be watching might take exception with that.
It wasn't only my fault, but I will take partial to the blame. But anyway, anytime we do stuff, I mean, it worked out perfectly. So I wasn't worried. I was like, we'll get there.
Oh, Sammy, no.
Hell no.
He gotta be Afro Latino.
He gotta be Afro Latino.
He's only black. He gotta be Afro Latino. They're gonna storm like it's Normandy. I promise you so.
Yeah, nah. Sammy needs to stick to the singing. He got a good voice. They need to have him in like something else where he sing.
They talking about the chick though, his girl, the one being Storm possibly. I'm like, I don't know about that either. But
I could see her as Storm.
Yeah.
Perlene.
Yeah. It's crazy because you know Josh said that's Bella Real, the mayor in Gotham in the Batman movies.
Right.
Yeah, I knew I recognized her.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, it's crazy that she's like old enough to be the mayor in Gotham, but she looks so young and center stuff. Like,
she black. Black don't crack. Okay.
yeah.
Like, how old am I? I could be 20. I could be 40. Like,
According to Tony, you've been lying about your age for years. So.
I know, right? I'm 45. Everyone, I was born in the early 80s.
Agree, Tony. She can't act. You gotta be able to.
Who's
act.
Jade?
Jade from
Jade. Just
get out of
gotta be
here.
more than the look. She's not a good actress. Like, she can't even give good promos.
Who is Jade? Nobody even knows who she is.
No, I mean, she got a look, but she just not. She can't act. Whatever is the problem.
Well, WWE is acting, so maybe she
again, she can't act. She gets horrible promos and stuff.
She can't even act in the WWE.
No, she here go back and forth with people like she's trash. Bro.
She's like, I will demolish you in a second. And she like, I have come to win.
Look up Jade Cargill. The look is fine, but I remember people wanted Triple H to be Thor because of the look. The look is not about the look; it's about the acting too.
No, Triple H too old to be Thor.
No. Back when he first came out, 2011.
No, Triple H been old. He don't look like Thor. No, whoever Thor look like Thor. That's
Storm don't look like this. Get out of here.
Jade, what's her name? Jade, the wrestler. I'm gonna put that. Jade, the wrestler.
Storm
her name
definitely don't look like this.
Get out of here.
She look like Tiana Taylor, and this bitch a little. Might as well have Tiana Taylor be Storm. She looks like no, she looked like the comedian girl. What's her name? That shaved her head. The black lady that's a comedian.
Yeah, I don't want that witch.
Nah, I want someone like Halle Berry.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Well, Halle Berry's too old.
I said like, definitely not her right now.
Well, you know who might be able to play Storm? The chick Chloe Bailey, the one who played Little Mermaid.
No, hell no.
No, definitely not.
No,
I would want Lupita Nyong'o, but she's already in the MCU as another role.
Right. That's what I would want.
DeWanda Wise. You can look her up. But
who?
DeWanda DeWanda Wise.
I wanted the girl that do music. What's her name?
Oh, DeWanda. She definitely could be Storm.
Yeah, yeah, we would like her, so I can remember her.
Yeah, she could be Storm. She does look like, yeah, she could do that. All right, I see her.
Yeah. Who you said, E?
I want the girl that rap and sing to be Storm.
SZA?
No, the one that was damn. She was in like
Tiana Taylor?
What's them shows? Them horror shows on Hulu. They're on Hulu.
You talking about Taraji P?
No, what's that?
Yeah, what's some horror shows on Hulu, man?
You said a
different themes, like
American Horror Story or whatever?
American Horror Story. She was in those.
What black lady was in American Horror Story?
She be having like the short hair sometimes. She be wearing like suspenders and shit.
Suspenders?
Yeah, I've seen her dressed up all types of ways.
Angela Bassett?
Nah, hell no. I know who Angela Bassett is. I'm talking about this girl's a singer. Let me see.
I put black
American Horror Story.
My dark horse is still Janelle Monáe.
I think that's it right there, ain't it?
Oh, Janelle Monáe?
She ain't in that show?
I seen her in American Horror Story, yeah.
Was she in the Witches one? The Witches season, The Coven?
I think she was in the Witches one. Yeah, her. Yep, that's her.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? She's a good actress though. I like her, especially in Glass Onion.
Yeah, she was really good in Glass Onion.
I like that. I liked her in Antebellum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see her as Storm.
Glass
Yeah,
Onion,
I could see her as Storm.
Yeah, she'd make a great Storm. She'd make a great Storm. No bullshit.
I can see that. Well, guys,
they're gonna try to pick somebody ugly.
Well, that chick is trying to campaign for it. Cynthia Erivo from Wicked.
Hell no.
No.
I mean, she's a great actress, but
she's not Storm. No,
she's not Storm. Mm-mm.
Right. I agree. Like I actually like Wicked.
Lose
So,
that
you know,
battle,
girl,
man.
but
Niggas will be
she's
talking
not
about that
stuck.
shit forever.
I still
Damn,
ain't
did
seen
you see the
it.
MCU storm?
Really, Chloe?
No, I didn't
I
see
think
it
you
yet.
would
I
like
heard
it.
it's really. I mean, I could have watched it on a plane when we were flying back from Paris, but I was like, I kind of want to watch it on a larger screen.
There's part 2 coming out in November. So
How was Paris?
It was amazing. You guys have to go to Paris. Like
How
you
long were we
have.
there again? 10 days?
I always like to hear different people's point of view. But y'all
Everyone
probably went
was
somewhere
nice.
nice. My
We
man
did.
went there. He was like, "Oh man, that's just the hood."
Oh, he went to the hood. Like that would be like coming
Well,
to
yeah.
America and going in like I don't know
South
somewhere.
Bronx, South Bronx.
Right.
We stayed in the Jewish area. It's called Le Malais, and it was beautiful. Like
Beautiful.
It was perfect. Like it was lit. And we were there. We were actually there for 2 events. We was there for the Grand Prix in Monaco while it was happening. Which was great. So we watched the Grand Prix in Paris. And then the last night we were there, Paris Saint-Germain. Did I say it correct? Correct, baby?
Yeah, PSG.
PSG won the freaking championship, young, while we were there. And it was wild. Parisians are crazy as hell. Like they was setting stuff on fire. Yeah. I was in Pelly. It was lit. I was speaking French. The food was
my god. Oh my god. Best steak I ever had in my life. Incredible.
Wow. So good. The pastries at the boulangerie in the morning. Oh my god.
Yo, the croissant.
The best steak.
Yo, the best steak.
Steak
with, and the side was fries.
Yes. Steak
au poivre. Oh my gosh. The gravy on there.
Lit. I hadn't eaten beef since the pandemic, so like 6 years, 5 years, like right before the pandemic, I stopped eating beef. And the whole time I was like, should I eat beef when I'm over there? And everybody's supposed to say, you have to eat the steak. You have to eat the steak and fries. And I was like, all right, F it. So when we got there, I was eating beef the whole time. I had burger. I was not playing, and I do not regret it, not one bit. It was
the best French fries, ironically, that I ever had in my life too. They use the golden potato, and the way they fry it in duck fat, it makes it taste crazy.
It was good. My favorite fries were at this place called La Flavolite, which was like right around the corner where we stayed at in Le Malais. There's literally like all the TikTok places were literally within a 15-minute walking distance. So like I was on TikTok like, oh, we're going to eat here. We're going to go here. We're going to do this rooftop. We actually ate at this restaurant, this theme restaurant that was like a space theme. That was kind of cool. It was fun. It was
and Chloe's favorite part, we went to Euro Disney, the first Disney theater that I actually went to. This is the first one I went to. And it didn't, a lot changed, but there was still a lot the same, which was cool. The roller coaster was still there, but they just renamed it, but it was the same pattern. So that was cool too. They had the Marvel section, like they had Marvel campus, the Avengers campus. Mm-hmm. They had like animatronics. They had like people in suits. They had actual battles on the roof. They had a indoor roller coaster where when you're Iron Man and you're helping Captain Marvel. So you gotta build Tony Stark has to build a spaceship, and then that's the plot for the roller coaster. It was crazy. So great for kids too.
And the Spider-Man ride was one of my favorites. Like they had to.
Yes.
It was 3D, and you sit in this like pot, and you have to go like this, right? And you know how one of the rides, but Lightyear, you shoot the things while you're going through, and you get to see. Oh, that's so sweet, Tony. And you have to shoot all the things, and then you get a score at the end. So Superman is a 3D ride, and you got to go like this, and it tracks you. So you're like this. Spider-Man, I'm sorry. And you're like this, and like you see the web hitting the spiders that's crawling all over the place because it was crazy. I won that one. I was good at that. I was like,
Daniel said, did y'all post any pics or videos on social media?
Not yet. We didn't. We took a lot of pictures.
A little bit. I have some on my story.
Yeah, story. We posted on the story.
Highlight.
I'm gonna do like a little.
We're gonna post something. But yeah, it was great. Everyone should definitely go at least once.
All right, guys. Well, it's been real. 3 hours. It's been a great review. Thank you, Daniel. Thanks, Anthony, for showing up.
Big up Daniel Martin in the chat and the Cowboy.
Yes.
Chloe, always good to have you guys back. We can do this again for Fantastic Four in 2 weeks if y'all want to, because that's coming out.
Let's do it.
Pretty soon. E, we'll definitely get up for some other stuff later on. But for Josh, Chloe, and E, we'll see you next time on One Mic Media. Please.
Thanks, guys. Bye.